All right, here we are. Oh, we are going to have fun today. We are going to play the original Secret of Monkey Island. And I do mean the original because the special editions I cannot get to work on my computer. uh, the price of having a MacBook. But for those of you who joined us the other day, I got the limited run games Monkey Island anthology pack on this handy little Lucasfilm thumb drive here. I knew I was putting out the Marlowe signal by doing this stream in particular. Everyone here, if you're not listening to Charlie Marlowe's podcast, Mystery Shack Look Back, it's a wonderful Gravity Falls rewatch podcast that is so much fun. So everybody do go check that out. Yeah, check out their podcast. It's wonderful. But yes, the other night I unboxed the Monkey Island anthology set in these convenient CDs that do not work on my current MacBook because I don't have a CD drive for the MacBook. And also this bonus floppy disk that I don't even know if there's any data on it because most people don't have floppy drives. But at some point I'll dig out a really old laptop and see if there's actually anything on the floppy disk. And of course the thumb drive. But having a MacBook, having a MacBook, I tried installing all the games using Crossover, and the special editions of 1 and 2, I cannot get to work in Crossover. But fortunately, the set also comes with the original DOS versions of 1 and 2, and those work fine in ScumVM. Curse also works in ScumVM. I'm told it's possible to get Escape to work in ScumVM, but it hasn't worked for me so far. But Escape is working in Crossover. And then, of course, Tails, I might even still have the original Mac installation files for Tails. So, but we have a ways to get to. We have a while to go before we get to that. But for now, we are going to play just the original Secret of Monkey Island for a while. A game I have played many times and very much love. I mean, it would be very easy to avoid Escape because Escape is not good, but I am a completionist. See, that's what I thought, but I saw something about maybe it's not yet, but maybe it's a future version of ScumVM is going to be compatible with the Grime engine that Grim Fandango used. I do not know, something online said that it should be possible to play Escape on ScumVM, but maybe that's not till later. But I don't know. Look, you can play Sierra games on ScumVM, so clearly they are expanding their compatibility the best they can. But let's start here. Let's start by looking at the EGA version, which is not my preferred version, but I just love that it includes the original copy protection. And fortunately, they gave us the copy protection wheel so we can figure it out. When was this pirate hanged? In Montserrat. Okay, so what we need to do is turn the wheel so that there's a skull on the bottom and that specific hairstyle on the top. And okay, I think that's this guy here is what we want. And then we look for Montserrat, and it is the year 1562. And that's how copy protection works, kids. And look at these 16 color graphics. We're going to be playing the VGA version instead of the EGA version. I just wanted to look at how limited the color palette is here for a second. But we don't want to look at this for the whole time. So let's return to launcher and let us go ahead and do the VGA version because that is preferred. I didn't even know about that. That's kind of hilarious. So what's funny about the copy protection is like the copy protection wheels came with this anthology kit. There's also the copy protection wheel for Monkey Island 2. Now I've tested this out. If you play Monkey Island 2 in DOSBox, you still need the copy protection wheel. Like you still need to do it. You need to put in the right answer for the copy protection. If you do it in Scum VM, it just overrides the copy protection, even though it's the same game. So even though I'm mostly going to be playing that one in a way that doesn't need the copy protection, I just love for posterity the classic copy protection wheel. It's a classic intro, so evocative. Interesting. I don't know why I didn't then. Yikes, don't sneak up on me like that. I'm over this way. I don't even know why I'm trying to do Guybrush's voice when Charlie does it so well. Yeah, so like I said, I can't get the special editions to work on my computer. There's probably a way to get them to run in crossover. I just haven't figured it out yet. I could try on Allie's computer because she has a Dell, but the audio is not working on her computer. And half the point of playing the special edition is for the voice acting. So, well, let me just send you the link to join the stream. Hold on a second. Let me... I'm going to DM you the link on Twitter. Sorry, I'm streaming using 3 devices here. I've got my MacBook running the game. I've got my Chromebook where I'm controlling the chat, and I've got my phone that I'm using for the camera. So it's it's a complicated operation here. And look at how much prettier these graphics, just the added colors of these graphics, how much prettier they are here than they are in the EGA version. If all the things would load. Gov Marl. All right. Sent you the link, Charlie. So you want to be a pirate? Do. Well, we are going to be getting into a lot of Disney references going into this over the course of this game. Now, let's make Let's make the gameplay bigger. There we go. So for those of you just joining us, the old man who's the lookout told us we need to go to the Scum Bar to talk to the pirate leaders. And here we have the Scum Bar, named, of course, after the programming language Scum. You might be mixing up games there, friend. We got this pirate. We got this pirate. Chat, tell me which pirate I should talk to first. Ba, ba, ba. Talk to pirates. So them you don't want to bother. Look at pirate. Ahoy there, stranger. New in town? Yes, that is script creation utility for Maniac Mansion. This all is here because of Maniac Mansion, which in some ways was a more complicated game than this because there was a lot of a lot of versatility in like character choice, whereas here it's just, one character the whole way through. I'm new in town and it gets worse. I love these close-ups in this game. The art in this game is so good. I mean, hey, that's how I live my life. Just walk up to strangers in real life and ask them if they're a pirate. Are you a pirate? Can I be on your crew? Can I be on your crew? Well, I am a pirate, but alas, I'm not a captain. You should go talk to the important-looking pirates in the next room. They're pretty much in charge around here. They can tell you where to go and what to do. My name's Guybrush Threepwood, and I'm new in town. Guybrush Threepwood? Ha 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 ha! That's the stupidest name I've ever heard. I don't know, I kind of like Guybrush. But that's not even a name! Well, what's your name? My name is Mancomb Seepgood. Where can I find the governor? Governor Marley? Her mansion is on the other side of town. But pirates aren't as welcome around her place as they used to be. I like playing Guybrush as a little cocky. I'm welcome anywhere I go. Whatever you say, just watch out for those guard dogs. Uh-oh, it looks like my grog is going flat, so you'll have to excuse me. Have fun on Melee Island, trademark. Melee Island. That's just every young person's old man voice turns into Grunkle Stan eventually. While we're on the subject of Guybrush's name, so I had heard so many stories about where the name Guybrush Threepwood came from, because for a long time the urban legend was that the file extension for character art was .brush at LucasArts, and he was just Guy.brush, and then they just went with that name. Then I heard a variation of the story where it's not that the file extension was .brush, it's just that he was like they were just calling everyone, Pirate Brush, Dog Brush, so it was Guy Brush, and they were like, oh, that's a good name. But the book that came with the anthology tells a different tale, is that they were just developing, at one point they were considering allowing you to choose between a male or female pirate to play as, and Ron Gilbert just asked, well, what do we call the Guybrush? And Steve Purcell just said, Guybrush. Let's just call him Guybrush. So there are multiple different stories of where the name Guybrush comes from. And I'm going to guess the one in the book is the most accurate because it's like a full oral history. But Threepwood, I believe, comes from a Wodehouse character, and I love me some P.G. Wodehouse, so that's fun. Doot 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 doot. This pirate on the chandelier here is not a direct reference to any specific pirate, to any specific animatronic from Pirates of the Caribbean, but to me, he's very evocative of like every supporting character pirate from Pirates of the Caribbean. Like you can see the influence of the ride on a lot of just the looping animations in the background. What are you looking at me for? I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Guybrush. Yeah, so what? Why aren't pirates welcome at the governor's house? Because of LeChuck, that's why. He's the guy that went to the governor's for dinner and never wanted to leave. He fell for her in a big way, but she told him to drop dead. I should actually read on Stranger Tides at some point. What's so scary about this LeChuck guy? LeChuck was a fearsome pirate. He tried to impress the governor by sailing off to find the secret of Monkey Island. But a mysterious storm came up and sank his ship, leaving no survivors. We thought that was the end of the fearsome pirate LeChuck. We were wrong. LeChuck LeCheese is honestly not that far off from a gag this franchise would actually do. Hello, Charlie.
Can I be heard?
I can hear you.
Should I be seen?
If you would like to.
Okay. I'll work on that. Hello, everyone.
It's totally up to you. Charlie Marlowe, everybody.
I'm Charlie Marlowe, and I want to be a pirate.
So yeah, like I mentioned, Charlie does a great Gravity Falls podcast and also does a great Guybrush Threepwood impression, among many other voices.
I didn't realize I sounded like Guybrush until I was streaming this game and someone yelled at me for talking at the same time as him. They're like, I can't tell your voices apart. Please don't. Please wait to give commentary until either no one is talking or someone else is talking.
I only played the special edition, I think, once when it first came out. So I do not remember all the supporting characters' voices. I specifically remember LeChuck's sidekick was
good news.
Rob Paulson.
Rob Paulson's normal voice. Good news. I've played the special edition 3 million times and remember all of the supporting characters' voices.
Perfect. Yeah.
Speaking of Gravity Falls, the scene in Bottomless Pit where Mabel is like, my time has come. That's it right now. Oh, right. My webcam doesn't work anymore. I forgot.
Oh, okay. That's too bad.
So just imagine me. Maybe I look like Guybrush. I don't know. It works. It just I have a standing desk and I have a USB hub because the wires are not going to reach all the way to the tower on the floor. And the USB hub's wire doesn't work, which for the lack of a nail, the kingdom was lost.
It's always the way. So going through the chat a bit, questioning whether the whole story about them planning a Monkey Island movie was true or not. I don't know how many I know that Lucasfilm was ILM considering. Yeah.
Industrial Lights and Magic.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. I don't think it made it past the concept art and kind of, what is the term I'm looking for? Treatment. I think there was a treatment and there was
Yeah.
concept art by Steve Purcell. There are a lot of rumors that a screenplay was started by either Ted Elliott or Terry Rossio and just reused some ideas. There's no truth to that. I have a theory. It's not my theories about this are not relevant right now. Keep playing the video game.
As we go. What is the secret of Monkey Island?
What is the secret of Monkey Island?
Only LeChuck knows. He still sails the waters between here and Monkey Island, trademark. His ghost ship is an unholy terror upon the sea. That's why we're all in here and not out pirating.
So this, as you've alluded to, this game is largely a parody of the Disney parks and Pirates of the Caribbean. I've never been there. Your whole career spawns from a show about going there a lot.
I've been there too much.
Is the it's similarly to me and you for how many times we played the special edition.
Yes.
Is the TM thing a reference to Disney or no?
That's my theory. I think it's just like it's like this game's version of the like the merchandise joke from Spaceballs. It's just like a gag about the commodification of every part of this world.
So like a Disney map would not literally have a TM after Magic Kingdom, would it?
It probably depends on, like, it might have TMs after specific, or like after specific names, especially if it's like before Disney outright bought Lucasfilm, when they had Star Tours in the park, there would be like all in the map. There would be like asterisks with like, Star Tours, copyright Disney and Lucasfilm, and like anything where there was a contract involved would be.
And now there's no such thing as Lucasfilm. There is only Disney.
Yeah, pretty much.
The countdown to how many companies there are is similar to the New Year's countdown.
It's all the same. And now this game is owned by Disney, and I don't think they know they own it.
No, and Lucas never played it either. So this game has never been, the copyrights to Monkey Island have never been owned by someone who has heard of Monkey Island. Spielberg, however, apparently did play it.
Yeah. I remember one of the rumors about the in development Monkey Island movie is that Spielberg wanted to have a hand in it. I don't know if that
wasn't a rumor. That was true. Okay. And the article that finally confirmed it was true was a few months ago. And Dominic Armato quote retweeted it and was like, I was almost starring in a Spielberg movie, and I only find out on Twitter. Disney did give a series. Yes, there were some maps of the locations from LeChuck's Revenge in the Pirates of the Caribbean Sea of Thieves DLC, as well as I've heard, and I've actually seen videos of it, that at the Pirates of the Caribbean queue, Monkey Island songs are sometimes in the playlist.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I have not heard that in California.
I don't know which park that was about. I also only just this year learned which one is land and which one is world. And prior to this, called them Disney California and Disney Florida.
Fair.
I whenever we're talking about theme parks, I tell friends, talk to me like I'm a child.
I would guess if it's at either of the parks, it's in Florida, because that has a more interesting queue for pirates than California does. But what happened to your eye?
What happened to your eye?
Well, I was putting in my contact lens when... Hey, wait a second.
I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get my water.
One of the things I've been reading through the book that came with the anthology slowly, but I one of the things that was mentioned early on in the book is how they kind of gave Guybrush a pretty broad range of personality traits, so that depending on which dialogue options you choose, you can decide whether you're playing him like more naive or more cocky or more like sort of which broad comedic archetype you're playing him as. And personally, I have always enjoyed playing.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. I was just telling the chat how in the book they talk a little bit about how they gave Guybrush a wide range of personality traits depending on which dialogue choices you choose. So whether you want to play him a little cockier or you want to play him more naive or like they have like Guybrush is a pretty well defined character, but there's also a lot of leeway in like which side of the character you want to play him as. And personally, I always enjoy playing Guybrush as way more like naive and childlike than
love that.
Than as far too arrogant. But I appreciate that the game like sort of like without making it so explicitly like modern games do, where it's like personality points or whatever.
Mancomb will remember that.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you know that Mancomb is the first a pirate named Mancomb Seepgood is the first assassinations contract in Assassin's Creed Black Flag?
I did not know that. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Excuse me, but I'm looking for the dartboard.
Dartboard? We don't have one anymore. There was a horrible accident. Drinking and darts don't mix.
It's a great point.
That's a PSA for us all.
Yeah. Darts is a game almost exclusively played at venues that serve alcohol. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, there's a big portrait of Guybrush Threepwood in Uncharted 4 CBZ VHS. I said CBS.
That's great.
Where can I get a drink?
A drink? You could wait for the cook to notice you, but that could take all day.
Relatable.
Just find a mug and sneak into the kitchen. That's what we all do.
Oh! You do actually need to sneak into the kitchen, so that's awesome that there's that hint there.
Yeah, it's a little like you don't even I love how it's played as a gag. You don't even really, if you've never played it before, you don't even know that it's a hint for a later puzzle. Did you know that this is a real song? I did not know that.
This is a traditional song. I believe it's called "Wine You Are My Darling."
Huh.
I heard it. I know too much about this game.
That's great.
Hey, you got the button. This is all you.
Yep.
So, tell me about Loom.
You mean the latest masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's Brian Moriarty? It's a very good gag that even the programmer is owned by Lucasfilm.
Mm-hmm.
Why, it's an extraordinary adventure, blah, blah, blah. Stunning high-resolution 3D landscapes, sophisticated score, and musical effects. Not to mention the detailed animation and special effects. Elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Hi, babe. Hello, Allie. My wife just came in. Beat the rush. Allie! Go out and buy Loom today. All right, let's...
And is Cobb also in Loom?
I think so, yeah. I haven't played Loom in so long.
Because
we got our friend Charlie Marlowe here.
Hello, I'm Charlie Marlowe.
Hello.
I'm a mighty pirate.
You are.
But yeah, I played Loom once a long time ago, and I could not get very far without a strategy guide.
So, likewise, I'll play through it one day because I want to cosplay Cobb and just info dump about Loom all convention.
Well, now that the button is available.
So I didn't get the floppy disk with mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Should I email Limited Run?
Maybe it was, huh?
No, it said it came with it. I don't know.
Well, again, I'm not convinced there's anything actually on the floppy disk.
Sure.
I guess maybe we're sending an email being like, yo, missing things.
Yeah. Sending someone an email that I'm missing disk 20, contacting the company and telling them that I'm missing disk 22. Wait a second.
maybe they deliberately only put it in some of them so that they could recreate that part of the experience.
That might very well be true.
Just from what he's talked about, how trolly this company sounded like, that just might be on brand with them. So
yes, Ali has never played any of these games, but I was explaining a lot of the more meta elements of.
Yeah. So, long story short, in the original floppy disk release of the game,
okay,
there was a prompt that said "Insert disk 22 to continue," which was a joke. The programmers, the writers of the game, who are also the computer programmers, thought it would be obvious that that was a joke. No one in 1990 got it, and people constantly called Lucasarts and complained that the game was sent with discs missing. And so it was removed in the CD-ROM release of the game like a month or two later. So that joke only existed in the game for like 2 months, but there are jokes in all of the rest of the games of people complaining about
it. Regarding the if this is, I don't know if the Ask Me About Loom is specifically a Disney Parks reference or if it's just anywhere, like any trade show where someone will be wearing a button saying "Ask me about this this product." But I mean, you have those like now it's all like, you know, booths at Disney parks where they're like, "Ask me about the Disney Vacation Club," or
Can I ask you about the Disney Vacation Club?
Why the Disney Vacation Club is the most expensive timeshare you'll ever encounter.
Oh, okay. I'm planning on going to Disney World for the first time on my 30th birthday, which will be a year from this March.
Oh, so wonderful.
This March I will turn 29. And then a year after, I'm going to turn 30, and I'm planning to go to Disney World for the first time.
I think I remember turning 29. It happened so long ago.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm a baby.
No, we're just ancient.
Gee, what an obvious sales pitch.
Sorry, but some topics I just get carried away.
He's passionate because he responds to everything else with short one-word answers. But when you get him talking about Loom.
All my pirates are Rex Harrison. Why can't a pirate be more like a man?
Rex Harrison by way of Strong Bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why can't a woman be more like a man?
Why can't a woman be more like a man?
That's more Trogdor.
Trogdor?
No, now this is of course
Strong Bad stuff.
now this is of course the dog who on the back of the box they of the original release they had apparently designed a close-up of this dog, but didn't make it into the final cut.
And it's in the special edition.
Yes.
Including when you switched it to classic mode.
Oh, that's cool that they put it back.
Woof, LeChuck?
Ruff, 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 ruff. Ruff, ruff. Ruff, 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 ruff. Governor Morley. Ow, ow. Ruff, ruff, ruff.
Down, boy.
Ruff, ruff, ruff. Aroof. LeChuck. Grrr. Arf, ruff, ruff, Monkey Island. I should just get...
And that was the exposition, folks. So do you understand the backstory of the game now?
Yeah, the dog explained the whole plot to you, and
that's such a good meta joke that I think is underrated because it's so early in the game. And Guybrush is the stupidest name I've ever heard. Mancomb is admittedly a slightly better joke, but Guybrush Threepwood, that's the stupidest name I've ever heard. My name be Mancomb Sapegood. All right, you want me, you and Allie each to take one important pirate?
We could do it that way. You want to read some dialogue, honey?
Why not?
All right, who's whom's to stuff? Where'd you go? Uh-oh. Why? I'm all alone now.
Hold on, my phone got booted, so now I'm doing this on one of the computers. My phone got booted from the stream for some reason.
It hates you?
Hold on. We got technical difficulties, but
technical difficulties are technically difficult.
It's true. It's true. All right. But now we can do what you be wanting, boy. I guess I'll be the green one.
Okay. Whom I be?
I'll take whoever's left.
Charlie, you can be the blue one.
Oh, the blue one. I mean to kill you all. Get lost, boy. You bother us.
What you be wanting, boy?
I want to be a fireman. Get lost, boy. You bother us.
Part of me wishes there was like a whole separate path you could go down to become a fireman. At that point,
that would be rad.
What you be wanting, boy?
I want to be a pirate. So what?
Why bother us?
Hey, don't forget we're short on help because of this whole LeChuck thing.
So
no pirate means no swag, and no swag means no grog, and we're getting dangerously low on grog. I didn't realize I was getting this many lines, but okay.
Do you have any special skills? I can hold my breath for 10 minutes. Well, all right, but you don't become a pirate just by asking.
You'll have to go through
the free
trials. What free trials are those?
There are 3 trials every pirate must pass.
You must master the sword.
And the art of thievery.
And the quest.
The what?
Treasure hunting, you sea urchin.
Right. You must prove yourself in each of these 3 areas. Swordplay, thievery, and, treasure huntery. Then return with proof that you've done it.
And then you must drink grog with us.
Grog!
Grog! You're a bunch of foul-smelling, grog-swilling pigs.
Thank you.
To be a pirate, you must also be a foul-smelling, grog-swilling pig. What's in that grog stuff, anyway?
Grog is a secret mixture which contains one or more of the following.
Kerosene.
Propylene glycol.
Artificial sweetener.
Sulfuric acid.
Rum.
Acetone.
Red dye number 2.
Scum.
Axle grease.
Battery acid.
And or pepperoni. As you can probably imagine, it's one of the most caustic, volatile substances known to man.
The stuff eats right through these mugs, and the cook is losing a fortune replacing them.
Now, do you remember, Charlie, several years ago when the recipe for grog went viral as some news broadcast found it on a Facebook post and thought it was like a real thing the kids were drinking these days?
No, I might have heard of that at some point, but I got into Monkey Island a little late. That's amazing.
That sounds on par with that one fantasy writer who took an indigenous recipe, which turned out to be something from Legend of Zelda.
It's the same sort of thing. Somebody in a Facebook group posted just that list of ingredients as a joke, as a reference, and I think it was on some German news station or something. The newscasters were like, I can't believe this is what the kids are mixing, all these dangerous things. And
yeah, I do love it. I'm not a kid by any means, but also I would say that I'm indigenous to the Legend of Zelda franchise.
All right.
Tell me more about mastering the sword. First, get ye a sword. You must seek out and defeat the Swordmaster. Someone in town can probably direct you. Oh! You'll want to find someone to train you first.
Imagine trying to take on the Swordmaster without any training.
I can't remember ever doing a voice quite like this Blue Pirate's voice. I like it. Tell me about mastering the art of thievery.
We want you to procure a small item for us.
The idol of many hands.
And the governor's mansion.
The governor keeps the idol of many hands in a display case in the mansion outside of town.
You'll have to get past the guards, naturally.
The tricky part will be getting past the dogs outside.
They're a particularly vicious breed. You might be able to drug them or something. Get high with the governor's dogs.
Get high with some guard dogs.
Yum.
Tell me about treasure hunting.
Legend has it that there's a treasure buried under here in the island.
All you must do is find the legendary lost treasure of Melee Island and bring it back here. Should I have a map or something? You can hardly expect to find a treasure without a map.
And don't forget, X marks the spot.
Merry X.
Arr, 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 arr.
I'll just be running along now. Leave us to our grog.
Come back later and tell us how you're doing.
The problem, though, with Allie having never played these games is you can't tell how amazing my Guybrush voice is.
I will believe whatever you tell me at this point. So.
Once we get to curse, then you'll
You're like, whoa, that sounds like Charlie.
Yeah.
I will be like when I first played the games, I played the original two a little bit later because like I grew up more
first, or are you just gonna head right out?
I gotta go start working on dinner, so
all right, babe, I will see you.
Okay. Bye.
Allie, everybody.
Hello, goodbye.
Yeah, no, not closed door, open door.
I don't really like the old UIs where you have to choose what your clicker is doing. I prefer the Telltale method of just click does everything.
One click fits all.
Yeah.
But no, not.
I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but my head is 24.5 inches in diameter, and I have to get hats custom made.
Oh yeah.
It's such a bizarre problem to have. I was complaining to a coworker that I don't have a winter hat, and so to be nice, he bought me one as a Christmas present. I was like, "Oh, you didn't ask why I don't have one, though." Yeah, and okay. So that framed portrait of the Pillsbury Doughboy,
yes, indeed,
that is also in Sam and Max's apartment in the Christmas comic, which is called
oh yeah.
The Damned Don't Dance, which is and so Steve Purcell did the backgrounds for this game, who is the creator of Sam and Max, who did all of the comics. So a framed portrait of Pillsbury Doughboy is an inside joke that we are not inside on, and he doesn't really do interviews, so we may never know. But
hot stew.
One day, if I ever get in touch with him, I will commission him to paint to draw me a portrait of the Pillsbury Doughboy so I can frame it in my kitchen.
Perfect.
Yeah, I find it very funny, but I don't get it at all. Like, it's like, I guess the chef looks up to this other chef, but the chef is a fictional cartoon mascot. I don't know. Meanwhile, who's gonna be whom? Deep beneath Monkey Island, the ghost pirate LeChuck. Should you be Rob Paulson or should you be LeChuck? Go.
I can be Rob Paulson.
Okay, I'll be LeChuck. No, wait, switch it. I'm going to be Rob Paulson.
Okay, you be Rob Paulson.
Captain LeChuck, sir,
There's nothing like the hot winds of hell blowing in your face.
No, sir. Nothing like it. Sir,
It's days like this that make you glad to be dead.
Oh, yes, sir. Glad to be dead.
Ye are glad to be dead, right?
Oh, yes, sir. I feel so lucky that you happened to capture my ship, then murdered me and everyone on board. Yes, sir. Lucky.
Glad to hear it. Now what was it you disturbed me for?
Yes, sir. Well, you see, we might have a problem on Melee Island.
Problem? What possible problem could there be? I've got those sissy pirates so scared of the sea they're afraid to take a bath.
Well, there seems to be a new pirate in town. Actually, he's a wannabe pirate. Young, inexperienced, probably nothing to worry about. Don't know why I bothered you with it. I'll have him taken care of myself.
Wait! I'll handle this personally. My plans are too important to be messed up by amateurs.
Yes, sir. I cannot do a Rob Paulson character impression to save my life. Props to Charlie. Well, thank you. I don't think it was there, but I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I switched at the last second because I just remembered that I can't do deep voices and they hurt a lot.
I don't quite have Earl Bowen's resonance, but I
Your voice
can
is
do.
deeper than mine.
Yeah.
You don't sound like Dipper. Guybrush.
Earl Bowen, who played LeChuck in the games with voice acting, probably most famous as that one psychiatrist who keeps showing up in Terminator movies.
That is correct. He's also, when you start a new game in World of Warcraft, he is the voiceover saying the names of the classes.
Oh, yes. We'll talk to Citizen of Man. This is another, like, the town layout, it's not specifically designed after the town from the Pirates Ride, but it's very evocative of...
Right, and me who's never seen the Pirates Ride and only had to imagine what it looked like when I played this, I was like, yeah, that's what I've been picturing!
Every piece of background art in this game is, like, one of my favorites.
So we'll give one of these fancy claps to Steve Purcell.
Yes, indeed.
Co-director of Brave.
Excuse me, but do you have a cousin named Sven?
No, but I once had a barber named Dominique.
Close enough. Let's talk business.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
You want to buy a map to the legendary lost treasure of Melee Island? Only one in existence. Rare. Very rare. Only 100 pieces of 8.
This isn't rare. This is Lucasarts. No, thanks. I don't have enough money.
Well, then buzz off, kid. It's bad for business.
Men of low moral... Hey, don't mess with my rat.
The men of low moral fiber are some of my favorite characters from the first two. I think
they're the characters I'm most upset don't show up again after Ron Gilbert leaves LucasArts.
I was surprised that they never came back. And I guess I think
it was supposed to be that, if I'm remembering correctly, they are supposed to be the three sides of Dave Grossman's personality, and he did not write the third or fourth game.
Sure, that makes sense. I guess they kind of try to,
or maybe Tim Schafer, or maybe Ron Gilbert. I might be misremembering.
Maybe. Well, I remember at one point, years ago, I was sort of fan casting in my mind, who would be in the live action Secret of Monkey Island movie.
And I would be Guybrush.
Of course, I mean, now I know that. At the time, I didn't know you. But I was fan casting in my mind, and I think I had obviously the big cameo is Ron, Dave, and Tim have to be the important looking pirates.
Oh, Ron, Dave, and Tim as the men of low moral fiber is amazing.
It probably makes more sense there. But I also had but if it has to be celebrity cameos for the men of low moral fiber, then the members of Spinal Tap, just Michael McKean, Christopher Guest, and Harry Shearer.
Oh, that would be so good. But what would Dave know about ghosts? It was Figment the whole time.
That's true. I did not disguise myself as the ghost of Figment to torment anyone. That never happened.
That's a reference to
that's a Some Jerk episode reference.
Some Jerk. Okay. I think I did see that one. I have been watching them lately. I did not watch them when they first came out, but since I've had them on the podcast, I've been watching the show. And I've been just watching them while trying to fall asleep. So some of the details have been mixing together. and the amount of times that something turned out to be one of his friends.
Yeah.
I think happened a couple times. Where it's a thing chasing him around and then it turned out to be someone else.
And also some of Tony's videos just have they just feel like fever dreams anyway. So so when you're falling asleep to them, yeah.
It's very good writing.
Yeah, his stuff was always great. It was always so fun to be part of that.
Hey, nice rat. Do you like rats? Yes, I love rats. They're very intelligent creatures. Here, you be the taller one.
All right.
More intelligent than him. Why, there's a story around these parts that a bunch of rats actually crewed a ship here from fabled Monkey Island.
No, that's not right. It was actually, I don't remember what the voices were like.
Just do your normal. Actually, this guy just had a normal dude's voice. I think it was Wally Wingert just doing his normal voice.
Yeah. No, that's not right. It was actually a group of monkeys.
That's difficult to believe.
Yes, but it's true. When they arrived, they sold the ship for a pretty penny. Only time I've seen anyone get the better of old Stan in a deal.
I thought it was rats. Yeah, in the special edition, someone is doing a Paul Lynde impression for that one, I think.
Paul Lynde is always a wonderful go-to impression to do for a certain character type.
Say, are you guys pirates?
No, we're a wandering circus troupe.
But this rat scared away the elephant.
Shut up. Of course we're pirates. You can't buy clothes like these off the rack.
What do you want? How come you're not on this street corner? You're on this street corner and not on a ship. Looting, pillaging, sacking, that sort of thing.
Well, pirating hasn't been panning out so well for us.
There are some unnaturally talented.
Operating out of Monkey Island.
So we've been pursuing alternate means of self-support. We're trying to start up a circus.
It was working out well until the rat scared off the elephant.
Sorry, I got distracted for a
second.
Now
you've depressed us. Go home.
I know Harry Henry. Hello.
That's actually a good point. That since Paul Lynde was the rat in Charlotte's Web, I wonder if why they gave the pirate with the rat a Paul Lynde voice.
He's talking about rats. The fair is a veritable smorgasbord, orgasbord.
Yeah,
I was named after that book. That's why I'm Charlie.
Nice. I played these games. I didn't play them when I was super young. I didn't play these games till college because I grew up on Sierra games, and then in college I got into Lucasarts games as well. And I played through the first two before there was a special edition for either of them. And then when I got to Curse and Dominic Armato starts speaking as Guybrush, I was just like, oh wow, that is the exact voice I imagined in my head for Guybrush.
Yeah, apparently. So he was it was 5 years between the last non-voice acted game and the first voice acted game, or 6 years or something like that. 7. Mm-hmm. I'm not good. I know everything about Monkey Island and nothing about numbers. But Yeah, it was. He was a big fan of the games when he was a kid, and then he was like 20 by the time they were casting the voice acted one. So he was living in LA and doing voiceover auditions, and his agent just said, "Hey, we need you to read for this thing," and didn't even like tell him that it was Monkey Island. And when he found it out, he was freaking out because it is literally his favorite game. Remember chicken with a pulley in the middle? What possible use could that have? Every use, get it.
All of the uses. I mean, they wouldn't put it on the statue if it didn't have a use.
Maybe no one will miss this thing. I've been meaning to construct my own with Ella at some point.
I'm not going to do the voodoo lady voice because it is not my place as a white person to do so.
Well, I'm Jewish, so that's not particularly similar. I have practiced that accent, but your viewers just met me and don't know my intentions, so
Yeah.
I'll sound vaguely mystical.
I'll just read it I'll just read her lines in a mysterious voice.
Okay.
Wait, don't say anything. I can sense your name is.
Do you know who voices her in the voice acted versions?
Guybrush knows her. I can't remember her name offhand.
But she do you know what other role she's best known for? She originated one of the urchins from the off-Broadway production of Little Shop.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Wow, that was amazing. Do you know any other tricks?
I do not deal in tricks. What I know is the truth. The guilt of stealing my chicken rose. Take it. It's yours.
Why don't you want it? Is it jinxed with an ancient voodoo curse?
No. The pulley squeaks.
Also,
I do.
the recording will fix that right up for you.
This sequence is one of the early places in the game that they have fun with the dialogue. Like you choose a dialogue option, and they have fun with how that affects the dialogue.
Yeah, there's a style to this first game that I think is lost in the rest of the series, because this is the one that feels the most like it is a free roaming world where you can play around and also solve the puzzles if you want to.
Yeah, I think part of that is I wonder how much of that is because like the bulk of this game is, exploring Melee Island, and then it's sort of like bisected, and then you explore Monkey Island later. Compared to in LeChuck's Revenge, where you're doing a lot
between the three islands,
right? Yeah. And each individual island doesn't feel that big in and of itself, and so it feels much more segmented. And then obviously by the time you get to Tales, it's just purely episodic.
God, I love Tales though.
I do enjoy it. I think Tales might be my favorite storytelling of any of the games.
Yeah, I've always said that if you like game design, LeChuck's Revenge will be your favorite. If you like art, then Curse of Monkey Island will be your favorite. And if you like storytelling, then Tales will be your favorite.
But every one of them has something to offer.
I've never met anyone who said Secret was their favorite. It's good.
I think Secret is I don't think there's anything wrong with Secret. I just think there are things that they really improved on in the later ones. And then other things. I'd be
interested in meeting with someone who has played all of them and still loves Secret, but I have not thus far.
Yeah. Well, no.
Anyway, Harry Henry, I'm Charlie Marlowe at Public VA Hooded Cobra. You know me. I don't know if you realized that that's who was talking to Dave here.
Yeah, I know a lot, and I had known about some of this before, and then they talked about it more in the oral history book that came with the anthology. But a lot of Ron Gilbert's game design was in sort of direct response. A lot of his game design philosophy was in direct response to the more frustrating elements of Sierra games.
And I've always seen this game partially as a parody of Sierra of the King's Quest franchise. This game specifically.
Yes. There's a lot of there's a I mean later with the falling off the cliff gag, that's a very direct King's Quest reference.
Oh my god, I didn't even know that you've been listening, that you've been keeping that up to date. Oh my goodness.
I forget where I was going with that, but yeah,
screens,
it
are really hard to find.
Yeah,
because in Sierra games, death screens are really easy to find. Here, they're hidden Easter eggs that you have to scour for.
Yep. I mean, the one way to actually die in this game, you have to really run out the clock to do it.
You have to wait 10 minutes.
Which might be that would be a fun live stream. Is just let's just kill Guybrush Threepwood, and I just leave it in the background for 10 minutes while we chat
Desert
about it.
bus vibes.
Yeah, exactly.
Kill Guybrush for hope. Because then I believe you can do that anytime he's underwater in the games.
Yes. My mind reading skills tells me it is your future you are interested in. Are you certain this is something you really wish to know?
Yes. Tell me everything that's going to happen to me. Well, you're going to get bought by Disney. Sorry.
Yeah. I am getting a vision. I got such good animation.
I know.
I see you taking a voyage, a long voyage. I see you captaining a ship.
Yeah.
I see...
What? See what?
I see a giant monkey.
Yikes.
I see you inside the giant monkey.
Gross.
Wait. It's all becoming clear. Your journey will have many parts. You will see things better left unseen.
Escape from Monkey Island.
Yeah. Yeah. You will learn things better left unlearned.
What kind of things? I hate surprises.
No, the time is not right to know. When you know your purpose, come see me. I will let you know then.
No, Guybrush would never get into NFTs. Do not slander the name of Guybrush Threepwood.
Guybrush would not get into NFTs. It is also as canon as possible that Guybrush says trans rights because Dominic Armato said trans rights.
As well as Guybrush is absolutely the reason I came to realize I was non-binary, because there's a lot of the jokes of this character are that people try to humiliate him and he just deflects it, like he doesn't seem to notice or care. And in 1990, a lot of that humiliation was emasculation. So people are constantly saying he's not a real man, and he's just like continuing like he didn't even hear them talk. And I was like, wait, you could do that? Wait, nice. You don't have to. I guess Marty McFly did it first in Back to the Future 3, but this guy's constantly doing it.
There's a little Marty McFly in Guybrush's DNA.
Yep.
Yeah, I will be honest. I'm mostly a Sierra fan because I played the Sierra games first. Because I grew up with them. Like I had a hand-me-down computer, and the people who gave us the relatives who gave us the computer gave us the King's Quest collection. So I played them when I was young and grew up with them. I think if I had gotten into Lucasarts games first and then tried to get into Sierra, I think I would have found them completely.
Yeah. Because I got into Lucas first, I haven't been able to experiment with Sierra. But so you had all your difficulty during your childhood.
Yes. Well, again, it was a lot of looking up hint guides or looking up or sort of reverse engineering because like.
Wait, I'm sorry. When are we talking? I don't actually know how old you are.
So I am 34. So this was like the King's Quest games were kind of done by this point. Like I think Mask of Eternity was about to come out, and that's barely a King's Quest game. Okay. But we had like this we were given this 15th anniversary collection of King's Quest.
Gotcha.
that had all the games, but also had all this like behind the scenes info. So a lot of the puzzles I only figured out how to solve because like in one of the behind the scenes things, it mentioned this other thing. So I was able to reverse engineer. Oh, so I guess to get to that, you have to do this. And
I'm definitely a Pen's Quest fan. A lot of dead pigeons in this room. Should we be concerned about the dead birds? I'm not.
I would, I think dead birds are just atmosphere. I also, if I'm not mistaken, this is the only Monkey Island game where it's possible to complete it without talking to the voodoo lady at all.
It sure is. I regularly have played this game while forgetting to talk to her.
As long as you come in here, grab the rubber.
You already know all of the puzzles. Yeah, she's in a separate side of the room than the essential item and doesn't give you any info that you actually use.
So I haven't heard this firsthand, but I have heard that there were people who played the first Monkey Island, then played Monkey Island 2, where you do have to talk to the voodoo lady, and were just like, I don't remember this character at all.
That doesn't sound right, because the main people who would be seeing the voodoo lady would be the people wandering around trying to figure out where to go. Like either you have a walkthrough or you're going to talk to every NPC.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
It's possible that someone figured out the puzzles without ever checking out what was in that door and never got stuck and thought, is there anywhere I haven't gone, anyone I haven't talked to? But it doesn't sound likely.
Yeah, I don't know if this was really a common occurrence or if there was just like one person
it's
one
certainly
time.
Possible. It is absolutely possible, but it sounds strange.
It seems unlikely. Ahoy there, fancy pants.
They're all right.
What do you want?
I'm looking for the Swordmaster of Melee Island.
The Swordmaster of Melee Island?
Yes, I'm looking for the Swordmaster.
Nobody knows the whereabouts of the secret hideout. Nobody except me. So it's a good thing that I'm the person you ask, Guybrush. I guess I could hike all the way over there. Once. Be right back.
So there's no reason for you to do this right now.
No.
You could go meet Carla now and just be like, do you have a sword? And be like, oh, yeah, sure. I don't know if I know that dialogue, so let's go see it. Maybe I have seen it.
I don't remember if I know it either.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Let's see what happens.
Are you ready to head into the unknown?
Into the unknown. Someone should write a song about that.
I don't like that movie. But that is interesting. Okay, so Frozen came out in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 20. I'm sure this is a universal experience. Your voice is deeper at 28 than it is at 20.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2013, I kind of sounded like this. And when that movie came out, I got comments every day or people messaging me who haven't seen me since middle school saying, the snowman from the movie sounds like you. And so I had to voice I voiced Olaf finally for something paid for someone's marriage proposal. This was a 3D animator who apparently had gotten approval from Disney India to do an exclusive screening of Frozen for his girlfriend with a secret scene that he added in the middle. And I got to voice Olaf in that scene where Olaf and Elsa look at the camera and help this guy propose to his girlfriend. And then he paid me money. That's one of the weirdest jobs I've had. My job is great. Look at her rotating.
You got your Josh Gad on for that one instance.
I better just stay here and eavesdrop. I hate the animation that she's doing there.
Yeah. Hello again, Carla.
Oh, I guess I'm Carla. I thought I told you to get lost.
Actually, I'm here on business. This kid came into my store, see?
Face it, you crusty old lech. You'd make any excuse just to come out here and bother me.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, cut it out. I'm sick of it. Take a hike and don't come out here again. Someone might follow you, and then I'd become another Melee Island tourist attraction.
Hey, it's your loss, baby.
It was a different time, fella.
Yeah.
Now scram. And look, so if you look at her while she's doing that weird rotation thing, Guybrush says, she's meditating. Go do it. Go do it. Buy followers? I don't want to do that.
I have a feeling I'm being spammed. I don't know how to ban people from the chat from StreamYard.
Okay.
Oh well.
It's
Everyone
fine.
ignore that.
Click that link.
No.
I think it's. And then what if that spam bot just starts like actually engaging with the stream? All right, well, now that that's out of the way, now that I fed the meter, sorry, I work for a spam company. Anyway, streaming Monkey Island, awesome.
She looks like she's doing the shuffle.
Yeah. I don't know if this was maybe just a glitch that they added that line in to describe. How? I guess you're her now. You take her.
Yeah. Which I surely didn't give you.
Carla is a real person who worked at Lucasarts. My name is Guybrush Threepwood. I've come to kill you.
Nothing like being honest. But as you have no sword, I doubt you're really serious.
Oh, I give a mean flick, though. Yeah. I believe you can walk to the right, and it's a shortcut, if I'm not mistaken.
Sounds right.
Yeah, because it is. That is what that. Oh, no, okay.
Is it on this side of the bridge, maybe?
I don't know. I could be wrong.
I remember there being a shortcut. I just.
Oh well.
It's been some time since
It's been
played. Yes. It's been some time since I played the game.
I like every time someone says it's been interrupting them and doing that, much like the recent the thing is joke.
Yeah. I appreciated that gag.
Ella does not seem to, but every time I like pull her aside, I'm like, hey, do you want me to stop doing that? She's like, I mean, it throws off my train of thought, but when I listen to the edit, it's funny, so keep doing it.
I got the red herring already, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I can go
give it to George Lucas.
Yeah, give it to Lucas in a costume.
Since Steven Spielberg had played this game, I don't remember how the conversation got here, but Ella and I were talking about Steven Spielberg playing the scene where George Lucas eats a raw fish. And then for some reason we imagined years later he couldn't remember if it was something George actually did when they were hanging out or it was from something. Like, George, remember that time you grabbed that big red fish and just ate it raw? What? I never did that. Yeah, you used to do stuff like that all the time.
Remember the time
he doesn't look like George Lucas now, so I presupposed myself with that joke.
Remember the time you dressed up as a troll and quoted the Black Knight from Holy Grail a lot, and then
what's amazing about this as well, which distances this from the other games, is there are not non-aquatic mystical creatures in any of the other games at any point.
That's true.
This is the only time there is is this what the Pirates of the Caribbean movies are based on? We'll talk about it later. It is not a short conversation.
It is a complicated intertwining web.
I have a theory and I will share it later.
There are let's just say there's a non-zero overlap of inspiration.
I am going to okay, you know what? No. You know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to
do it. Do it. Bring it on.
So, this game is openly admitted to be based on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride and the book on Stranger Tides by Tim Powers. As we know, the fourth Pirates of the Caribbean film was an adaptation of On Stranger Tides by Tim Powers. Terry Rossio and Ted Elliott. The rumor is that they were slated to write the Monkey Island movie that never made it to production. But what I believe is the actual... When Tim Powers was contacted by Disney to option the rights to his book, what he said was, I mean, you already adapted it without my permission with the first movie, because something you're not realizing is Tim Powers invented ghost pirates.
I did not know that specific detail. That's interesting.
So Barbossa is absolutely just plagiarism. And Terry Rossio and Ted Elliott have claimed they didn't hear about On Stranger Tides until they were working on the third movie. And every article about the parallels between these two series has that detail. But what if they just lied and said, oh, we didn't hear about that book until we were working on the third movie, so he wouldn't sue them? And if that is the case, if they claimed that they didn't base it on Stranger Tides to cover their asses instead of on Monkey Island, then a lot of the parallels make way more sense, because there are things that are in the first and second Pirates of the Caribbean ride and Monkey Island that are not in the first and the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie and not in Monkey Island that are in On Stranger Tides.
Interesting. It would not be the first time a screenwriter for a major studio said, no, I never read that, when they absolutely had.
It's weird, though, that after plagiarizing him, then they paid him to license his work.
That is weird. That is weird that they were like, at this point, we just got to adapt this book into this.
I guess once they finished the trilogy and were out of ideas, they were like, well.
I guess, but like they could have like done the fourth one as a remake of Treasure Island or something, like some public domain Pirates book. I don't know.
Is the fourth film on Disney Plus yet? Because I know I actually got Disney Plus to watch it. Because I was complaining about it to a friend, and then it wasn't on there. And I think that's because Tim Powers hadn't signed off on it yet.
You know, I haven't checked recently. That's
I will
a good
check
question.
it right now. So this toll bridge with a pun is definitely a moment where this is parodying King's Quest. Not that there's this exact moment in.
No, it's not a specific puzzle it's parodying. It's just the general adventure game logic that King's Quest.
Oh yeah, on Stranger Tides is on Disney Plus now.
Okay,
but yeah, they had also just done Treasure Planet twice in the 90s, or no, once in the, because they helped Henson produce. They did not own Muppets yet, but helped distribute.
Yes, they Muppet Treasure Island was made on as part of the it was one of the residual pieces of the Henson Productions and Disney contract that basically one of the things Brian Henson couldn't back out of when he was severing ties with Disney.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so Disney distributed Muppet Treasure Island. We can actually talk to the. Stop! You must pay a toll.
Got to pay a toll to get into that voice. Stand aside, troll. I'm a mighty pirate.
You're no pirate. Why, the town drunk could out insult you on his back. And probably would.
Stick it in your ear, you great green garrulous grub.
Which ear, cudgel breath? Yeah.
What I wish they had done in the special edition, because when he pulls off the troll mask and reveals that he's George Lucas, I wish they had gotten someone to do a George Lucas impression for his voice. And none shall pass.
You can't pass until you pay the toll.
That's amazing. That's a good one. That's correct, Harry.
Faster, more intense.
I think we went overboard a couple of places.
Yeah. Jar Jar is the key to all this.
Don't mess with me, troll. Nothing of consequence. Nothing of consequence.
I want something that will attract attention but have no real importance.
My old moss-covered rubber chicken with the pulley in the middle?
Don't be silly. You have 3 chances to give me what I want, then I eat ya.
So that doesn't happen, right?
I don't think so, but
have you checked?
I'm not sure if I've ever tried. So
F1, I believe, in Scum is to pull up the menu to save.
Or F5.
There we go. Yeah.
Save.
You're pretty sure George Lucas himself is a Muppet. I mean, Labyrinth happened.
There was a great anecdote from one of the play testers in this book that her first job was testing the Labyrinth game LucasArts was working on, and the very first note she gave, the very first bug she reported was the Goblin King has the same colored eyes, and that's incorrect for David Bowie. All right. Give hunk of meat to troll. That's pretty useless, but it's not what I want.
Give me what I want. What I really, really want.
That's pretty useless. So it's just the same response to...
Okay, so I think the 3 tries or I eat you is just a King's Quest reference.
Yeah, so it's not
It's just an attempt to write a line that would be in King's Quest and not.
Yeah. So there is, in the first King's Quest, there is a troll on a bridge that you have to cross, and you can either get rid of him by giving him treasure or by luring a goat to butt him off the bridge.
Mm-hmm. And without any sort of hints, that would take you about a year to figure out, right?
Exactly. I mean, you might, if you're thinking like the 3 Billy Goats gruff, you might piece together.
Yes.
Together, but it's like you have to know how to lure the goat, which is not particularly easy. And then you have to not lose the goat between where you acquire him and get to the bridge. So,
Dave, I never lose the goat. So yes, he said we need to give him something that attracts attention but is of no real importance. So we're giving him a red herring. You get it?
A red herring. Pass.
You have a really good George Lucas voice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, look.
And there he is. This is George Lucas, and I like to eat herring raw.
I love a good raw herring.
Now for my favorite character.
Yeah. Oh.
Is he not here yet?
Welcome to Stan's previously owned vessels. I'm off searching for the your logo is in front of part of those words.
Yeah.
Have a look around. I'll be back later.
Stan.
All corrupt salesmen need to be named Stan.
I appreciated that there were, if I remember the timeline correctly, there were 2 Halloweens in a row for Homestar where Bubs dressed up as a sleazy salesman named Stan.
Yes. As a little callback to Carmen Freakin'. Yeah. The Carmen Freakin' saga.
Stan Freakin' the salesman.
He has a last name.
Stan S. Stanman.
Smilin' Stan S. Stanman. Was Grunkle Stan named after this Stan? No, Grunkle Stan was named after Alex Hirsch's grandfather. If you want to learn literally everything you could ever learn about Gravity Falls, cannon firing, 160 pieces of 8, grappling hook, 130 pieces of 8, hook extra. I don't know if I've ever read that sign.
But yes, you can learn everything there is to know and more about Gravity Falls by listening to Mystery Shack Look Back.
Now, here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
Only purely for the purpose of me. Do you have the intro monologue memorized?
Not off the top of my head. I apologize.
It's okay.
Welcome to Mystery Shack Look Back, a nostalgic time capsule and No Spoilers book club of the original Gravity Falls fandom.
You got it. You did.
Apparently, I do.
Apparently,
I do have it memorized.
The other David did in the Pines Quest episode, where we made David do it.
I was glad you did a full episode on Pines Quest because that was one of my favorite things when I first found that game.
Yeah, same. I did a P Quest night where I streamed Peasants Quest and Pines Quest in the same stream.
Nice.
So in the special edition, the Flying Fettuccine Brothers are voiced by Rob Paulson and Jess Harnell. Because they're always voicing brothers. I'd get in the cannon, but the gunpowder makes me sneeze.
Well, I can't do it. I hurt my hand taming the lions last week.
I hardly think that little scratch compares to my chronic allergy. You get in the cannon.
You don't have any allergies, you faker. You get in the cannon.
No, you get in the cannon.
No, you get in the cannon.
Slacker.
Loser.
Ruffian.
Fop.
Weasel.
Weevil.
Miscreant.
Toady.
Etc.
Offlaw.
Mullet head. Millet head. Pencil head.
Half head.
Cheese head.
Harpy.
What?
Just get in the cannon.
No, you... Just list Mystery Shack, look back to episodes in order or just whatever they feel like. Yes, we do the episodes in order. We're also completely no spoiler, which means we had to wait 20 episodes to say Bill Cipher.
Yep. They go in release order and no spoilers of anything that comes after the episode they are currently talking about.
And we talk about the fan theories at the time and try to make it sound like we're not favoring any or mocking any, but it comes up.
You do a good job at not making it clear when you're reading a theory that turned out to be true.
Thank you. We try so hard.
It's a fun podcast.
Thank you so much.
And if you listen to it, you may hear me as the voice of Joshua Pruitt.
At Zombie TARDIS. I love these insults.
Insults were a big part of this first game, especially. Mm-hmm. Another factoid I learned from the book is that the insults are credited to famous bigot Orson Scott Card.
Yep.
But apparently they later discovered his son actually wrote most of them.
Oh, wow. I did not know that one. I haven't read the book yet because I just work all the time.
Sure. It's just like a little factoid toss. I think it's Tim Schafer just in one of his bits of the oral history just tosses aside. Later we found out it was actually his son. And it's just like, wait, that's kind of a big revelation to just be like an aside in the middle of this.
Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. I have constantly had to deal with the baggage that my favorite thing has a very brief part of it, but maybe the most memorable part written by a bigot. No,
the most quoted part probably.
As well as Tim Schafer and Dave Grossman rewrote all of them almost. Mm-hmm. Like the alternate inputs for when you're doing the Swordmaster, those are all Dave and Tim.
Yeah, that's I have not personally heard anything about Ron, Dave, or Tim that makes me wary about supporting their work.
I've talked to Dave. Dave is like all Daves. He's very on a very similar political level as us. One time I actually complained about Trump with Dave Grossman.
Oh, that's
where I tweeted at him and said that he should make a sequel to Pajama Sam, You Are What You Eat, Where You Head to Your Feet, where the Isle of Mop Top gets taken over by a fascist pumpkin. And then he said, and then once I figure out the puzzle scheme, I'll know what to do in case that ever happens in real life.
Now, the selling these fine jackets running gag, of course, comes from the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade adventure game, which they were working on basically right before they started this game.
As well as in that game, it was a reference to Lucasarts, which constantly try to get them to buy company jackets.
Yes. So they
thought it would be funny if Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
To perform an amazing feat.
A death-defying feat.
But not so death-defying, really.
A dangerous feat.
Not so dangerous at all.
An easy feat.
But exciting.
With the amazing.
Adventurous, acrobatic.
And exceedingly well-known.
Fabulous flying.
Fettuccine Brothers.
That's me.
My brother Alfredo.
And my brother Bill.
Sound good?
Good.
It's very simple, really.
See that cannon over there? All you have to do
is get in the cannon.
And we'll shoot you out of it.
Across the room.
Quite safe, actually.
So what do you say?
You met Rob Paulson once? That's awesome.
I interviewed Rob Paulson once. Rob and Maurice at Kineticon several years back.
Oh, and I love Kineticon.
That was a fun time, and that was before there was even an inkling that Animaniacs would come back in any way. So, but yeah, they were very, very friendly.
Yeah, they seem it. I mean, they're very responsive on social media.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't met them. How much will you pay me? How about 478 pieces of 8?
Can you hold out for more? I don't recall that being part of it. You don't really need any more than that at this juncture.
Okay, sounds good. So, have you got a helmet? Of course I have a helmet. What sort of idiot do you take me for?
Well, let's have it.
We want to be sure
that it's safe.
Wouldn't want you hurt.
No, siree.
You haven't met Rob, but you did meet Weird Al at a concert. That's awesome. I've met, I don't know, most famous people.
That will work as a helmet.
Now we can do the trick.
Step right over here, son.
Now put on your helmet.
And get in the cannon.
And we'll take care of the rest. Echo! You met Adam West. That's awesome.
That's exciting because we don't have a chance to do that anymore.
It works.
I'm so relieved.
I know.
I don't know.
Hey.
Are you okay? Let's go with the loom reference.
I'm Bobbin. Are you my mother? Hey, he's all right.
Hooray! We were spared an embarrassing and financially debilitating lawsuit. Just recompense for aiding us.
Has Tony played these games?
I don't think he has. He's not much of a gamer.
I'll try it next.
No, I'll do it next.
No, me.
No, me.
Slacker.
Loser.
Ruffian.
Fop.
Oh, yeah, he did mention that. But just that we were spared a potentially debilitating lawsuit felt like the way he would write a line.
Yeah. There is a sense of it. I think he'd enjoy these games if he happens to pop into the stream or anything. But
I don't know. I met Neil Patrick Harris. He when I was a performer at the New York Renaissance Fair. He brought him and David Bertka brought. There's so many Davids. He brought their kids and they got them to take a picture with the Queen and her court. And I was part of the Queen's court. And I was like, hang on. I met Neil Patrick Harris and he took a picture of me. That's not how I ever expected this to go.
I never met Neil Patrick Harris, but I saw him when I was living in Florida at Epcot. They do like during the holidays, they do this candlelight processional thing where they have they have a celebrity come and read parts of the Nativity story, and they do Christmas carols and stuff. And he was one of the celebrity guests one time. And while the last song is being performed, I saw where they were ushering him backstage so that he could get out before the crowd.
The CEO of New York Renaissance Entertainment had to escort him around the whole day. And he was wearing like a hat so you couldn't really see his hair and like trying to make very small movements so he didn't draw a lot of attention to himself and couldn't raise his voice too loud when he talked. Because if he got swarmed, his kids would get lost.
And I just specifically remember like seeing, because basically to get him backstage, they did have to usher him across like a pathway that people were using. And it's like, while he's on stage, he's in a tuxedo. Then he goes like off stage, and by the time he's crossing the path, he's in like a hoodie, basically.
Oh yeah. It's kind of sad.
He's being ushered by an employee, but like other people were sort of figuring out where he was going to be, and like somebody came up to him to try and ask him for a picture, and like basically without even stopping, Neil Patrick Harris like grabs the guy's camera, puts his arm around the guy, takes a selfie together, hands it back to him, and then just continues off to where they're going. And I'm just like, yeah, that's a man who's been famous since he was 12.
Yeah. When I remember the show when he first started doing Doogie Howser, the showrunner sat him down and explained how fame was going to affect him. I think I'll knock. It'll only be polite.
What do you want, you wimpy spineless maggot?
Could you please put out that cigar? It's not good for your health, and it smells terrible.
Sure, I'd love to put it out. In your face.
Maybe I'll just leave instead.
Good idea.
I just saw The Matrix Resurrections. No spoilers, but Neil Patrick Harris was as amazing as always.
Nice.
The knock animation's so awkward.
Yeah. There's a lot, for as good as most of the animation in this game is, there are a couple points where they were...
Yeah, that knock is just his walk animation looping between two frames, and Carla's meditating. Seems like it must have just been a glitch that they had to add a line of dialogue in explaining.
They had the limitations they had.
I know, but they did a lot with them.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's a testament to how good they were that most of the game looks so beautiful.
The reason that Melee Island is always at night is so they can actually put more shading in than the 256 colors allows, because they look how much blue they get to use. It's
kind of similar to how when they were doing Batman the Animated Series, they decided to use black paper to do the backgrounds on instead of white paper, so that they'd have the darker Gotham aesthetic.
Mm-hmm. Can you train me to be better than the Swordmaster?
Better than the Swordmaster? You?
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha! You can never be half the sword fighter Carla is. Even with hours of hard work and sweat and blood. I remember fighting side by side with Carla at Port Royal. The local constabulary had us cornered. It looked like we were done for, but then she said... But I digress. You just don't have what it takes.
Port Royal is in Jamaica. They are alluding to actual colonized Caribbean islands.
Yep.
I do so have what it takes.
You do not.
I do so.
You do not.
I do so.
I like your spirit. I'll do what I can.
Never underestimate Guybrush's patheticness.
Of course it'll cost you. What have you got?
Guybrush weaponizes how pathetic he is normally, like all the time.
It's a testament, like they knew exactly how many times most players would be willing to repeat an option before they were like, clearly this isn't working.
Yeah, similarly, that was my first playthrough's experience on the Beast at Meat Hook's place. I was like, he kept warning me every time I opened another layer of door, and I left. And everyone I've shown the game since, none have fallen for that. And I'm like, oh. I figured you'd do it for free.
Well, you figured wrong. What else have you got?
A rubber chicken. All I have is this dead chicken.
That isn't one of those rubber chickens with a pulley in the middle, is it? I've already got one. What else have you got? Yeah, the combat in Fate of Atlantis, which was also in Last Crusade, is not
bad.
the most
bad is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, it's not fun. I get why it's there in an Indiana Jones game, but it's not fun.
Just like stand still and just punch with your right arm over and over again and hope you do it enough to. Bye, Fire Blast.
All right, tell Gabby we say hi.
Gabby doesn't know me. Tell Gabby Dave says hi.
If she's still streaming when I'm done, I might pop over and watch. But
and YouTube, implement raids, please.
Also, when I was years ago, when I was fan casting the live action movie, obviously this was going to be R. Lee Ermey because
yes, that's obvious. I got 30 pieces of 8.
Say no more. Say no more.
Well, who else? Who else you got?
Let's see your sword. I was also thinking Steven. What's his name? The bad guy from Avatar.
I don't know. Steve Bloom?
No, from James Cameron's Avatar. Steven something.
Steven something. I've never seen James Cameron's Avatar.
You're not missing a whole lot.
What? Are you kidding? It's the highest grossing film of all time.
I will say, like, it was a neat experience to see it like on a big screen. And I've rewatched it exactly once on DVD just for riff tracks, but
Stephen Lang? Stephen Lang.
Stephen Lang, that's it. Yeah. That was the other guy I thought could be
Oh, by the way, it's EY, the feminine spelling, not IE. Golf Marl. Did you look at the sign? The campaign poster?
Yes, when there's only one.
Aw. I could see how LeChuck would fall for her so quickly. My fiance ordered us Guybrush and Elaine cake toppers.
Oh, that's sweet. What's your take on Guybrush and Elaine as an actual romantic couple? Because that's a post Ron Gilbert.
Okay, so here's mine. Now, this is an incredibly controversial take, but because I played these for the first time in 2013, and one right after the other, and I know this is going to be so controversial because Ron Gilbert created the series. I don't think he's the best idea guy for it.
My take on Ron Gilbert in general is I don't think he cares nearly as much about the lore as the purists seem to think he does.
That's also true. Yeah, I thankfully never got in an argument with a Ron Gilbert purist, but no, I think he gave a good jumping off point, but I think everything that's good about this game was Dave and Tim, and like the governor being a woman was Ron Gilbert's wife suggestion.
And
I mean they're literally like I obviously I ship them if my wife ordered cake toppers of them.
Sure. Yeah, and I think like I'm kind of like I was kind of neutral on it mostly. Like I thought in Curse, her suddenly being interested in him came a little out of nowhere, but then
I get it in Curse because that is a bit after she has dated Guybrush at a little maybe 2 years, and I've gotten in situations where I think about my past relationships and I was like, that one wasn't as bad as it seemed in the time. I think that might have been my best girlfriend.
That's fair. That's fair.
And that seems to be what Elaine is doing is like, yeah, she did break up with him, but then when she believes him to be dead, she's like the only man I ever loved. And that makes sense. That doesn't feel contrived to me. It feels like a thing that could happen to a person.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, from that perspective, it makes sense. But I was never like against it as a development. I was just like, we're going here now. Okay.
She doesn't talk for most of Curse because she's turned into a statue, and she's so out of character and doesn't have her normal voice actor or hair color in Escape. Well, they're basically written as Homer and Marge in that game. But in Tales, they find a dynamic for the two of them that fits their personalities and shows why they like each other, and I love it so much, and it's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, it was really Tales that like it was playing Tales, especially the cliffhanger at the end of chapter 4. That's when I was like, okay, now I ship it. Now
Yes,
I'm fully on board.
No one ever tried to write them as a romance until that. I don't think the romantic scene in this game is a joke, and then she's just non-existent for most of for Curse. Slashmaster, when you want a sword as sharp as your wit.
And when I'm gone, I forgot what voice I was doing for this guy.
It's fine.
See if I ever do you a favor again.
Do you want me to do like 2 lines in an impression of his special edition voice so you can know what you're supposed to be going for?
Sure, give me the general range.
Okay. Just let me do the next. You're browsing, you're buying things right now, so just
yes.
I think I just like to browse. Hey, this ain't no boutique.
Okay.
Don't take all day.
Don't take all day. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That sort of place.
Pissed off old man. So many of the characters have like New York accents. It's like in Gravity Falls, where Northwest Mansion Mystery came out. I was like, okay, I'm on board for that ship. I never felt that personally, but we'll talk about that in the podcast eventually.
You'll be getting to that. It also became abundantly clear watching through Gravity Falls the first or watching to the end of season 2. The episode where they go on the road trip was clearly supposed to go before Northwest Mansion Mystery.
Maybe. I don't think Northwest Mansion Mystery is supposed to actually establish that they are romantic, and I don't think keeping his prospects open is. I guess, the way he approached Wendy is like, I will think about this and nothing else, and that is, crush of the week is more Mabel's thing. But I guess it's more the whole point of Roadside Attraction is this is how men are supposed to act, so I will do this now. I guess it doesn't feel like it's something he ever wants or likes to be doing.
Right. It just felt to me like partly because it's just an episode with no Ford, that it just feels like an episode from much earlier in the story.
But it's it feels kind of like a season 1 episode, but it feels like a fantastic season 1 episode.
Oh,
that's legitimately one of my top 5 episodes. But it's all based on so when Alex pitched the series, all he knew about the mystery spot was bumper stickers. He'd never been there. And to kind of get motivated for season 2, because season 1 exhausted them so much, the whole crew went on a big road trip to mystery spot and mystery spot like places in the northwestern United States. And that episode is based on the real life road trip the crew went on. And I felt, even though it comes at an awkward placement in the series for sure, it is something they couldn't have not made an episode about. And I think you feel that passion for it.
Right. And I think I like the episode. I just I can see how it would fit so clearly. Like, if we're supposed to believe that Northwest Mansion Mystery is starting a crush on Pacifica in Dipper, like if that's what that episode is for, then you can see how Dipper's whole story in this episode feels very much like the transition between getting over Wendy and starting interest in something new.
Yeah, I think because it is based on how they got the energy to brainstorm for season 2, it coming earlier probably was the intention.
Yeah. I also just suspect part of the reason they put it where they did was because it comes right before just basically the several part lore heavy series finale.
Right. And it comes right after Last Mabelcorn, which has a lot of Bill Cipher talk. So the placement of it there is intentional, is if it goes straight from Mabelcorn to the 3-parter, then we are never allowed to have fun again. There will not be an episode of this show that doesn't make you scared of the dark or cry. About this sword.
What about it?
I want it.
Great. Best 100 pieces of 8 you've ever spent. What else do you want?
So do you know what episode is coming on Wednesday?
Remind me what episode was last week.
Golf War, our Christmas episode.
Yes, of course. The very holiday relevant episode with so many wonderful, perfectly themed holiday references.
We got it there at the end with Michael's song.
I think so.
I just like to browse.
Okay, but don't put your lips on anything.
So,
especially after 2020, don't put your mouth on anything.
Well, and in the 1700s.
Yeah.
Before any hygiene practices or knowledge of microbacteria was common, maybe just don't ever use your mouth.
Don't ever eat or touch anything, or...
That's probably for the best.
Yeah.
I wonder why so many people died in their 30s and as a baby back then.
Just going to wander out. Maybe you'd like to pay for that? Yeah, and maybe I wouldn't.
And then you'll sneak past him and everyone will call you thief instead of Guybrush for the rest of the game. And then if you come back here, he'll hit you with Force Lightning. That's from Link's Awakening. How much is it?
Another would-be treasure hunter, eh? That'll cost you 75 pieces of 8. I'll just lie.
75 pieces of 8? I don't have that much. Me, when someone asks me if I have any change. Like, yo, I'm really down and out. Not all the time, by the way. I do sometimes give to homeless people, but not lately. I don't want to be touching strangers.
I so rarely carry cash anyway.
I know. I think I just like to browse.
Wake me up if you need anything. Okay.
Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Because he's awake outside. His eyes open. Can't wake up. So you are 7 years older than me, which in your late 20s, early 30s is not really a different age range. But it was the difference between me playing Pajama Sam instead of King's Quest.
See, at a certain point, though, if you wanted new point-and-click adventure games, you were pretty much limited to games marketed at young children.
That is correct. About this shovel.
What about it?
I want it.
Great. It'll pay for itself, believe me. You'll dig up 75 pieces of 8 in no time. But hey, save some treasure for the rest of us, would ya? Ironic foreshadowing.
I think I just like to browse.
Okay, but don't put your lips on anything.
You can't tell me what to do.
Is there anything else? I can't remember. Is there anything else I need to do
here
before I watch him deal with the safe?
And then when I go to bed, you're going to have to pull up a walkthrough. Oh, wait. Did you go in the alleyway?
All right. I got to deal with Fester.
Hello? Anybody in here? Hello?
You know, bad things could happen to a person in a dark, deserted alley like this one. And at this time of night, nobody would be around to see it.
I love all of these dialogue options.
All of the options are great, and this is especially where I just love playing Guybrush as naive.
Did you hear something back in there too?
No. I'd better get your name.
So I remember hearing that Dave Grossman and Tim Schafer assumed all of the dialogue they were writing while they were programming puzzles was going to be placeholder because they heard that they were going to hire a writer to come in and help with the game, and they thought that meant rewrite the programmer's dialogue. And then it wound up just being writing the insults and insult sword fighting. But yeah, so the humor of this game comes from these are just things Dave and Tim wrote to make themselves laugh, and they did not realize that anyone else was going to see it.
That is that is the urban legend anyway, and I don't know how accurate it is, but that is that is the urban legend as well behind the lyrics to the song Gaston. Is that antlers and all of my decorating, like a lot of those lyrics were allegedly placeholder lyrics.
I absolutely adore. What is that lyricist's name again?
Howard Ashman.
Howard Ashman, apparently, when people, because Disney was kind of tanking in the 80s, when people who were working on Little Mermaid were getting nervous about it, Howard Ashman used to do free press conferences for the animators and whatnot, explaining the history of musicals and the history of Disney and how the two genres started at the same time and evolved together and how this was their future. And like he had no obligation to be motivating people to have faith in Little Mermaid.
And there he was, just fighting for what he believed in.
I know. I'm Guybrush Threepwood, and I'm new in town.
And it gets worse. Listen, Peepwood.
Threepwood. Guybrush Threepwood.
Whatever your name is, listen. I'm the sheriff around here. Sheriff Fester Shinetop. Take it from me, this is a bad time to be visiting Melee Island. A very bad time. My advice to you is to find somewhere else to take your vacation.
I also love how Melee has a different accent mark on every E. Boy, I feel much better knowing there's an officer of the law around. Guybrush said, "Hey, Cap."
Part of the thing I love about that line in the original text format, and obviously once voice acting was added, this is less true, but I love how that line can kind of be read ambiguously of either Guybrush is just a total idiot. It's like, I feel safer, or he's being snarky, and either one is perfect.
Yeah, a police officer just threatened him, and him being like, "Oh, that's so good that I'm protected by police. Employees only." Hey, that's an interestingly modern doorknob on that door that you just tried to get in. Oh well, probably won't come up again.
I'm sure that'll mean nothing. Let's go to church.
Take me to church. All right, what are we doing here? Are you going to give us a sermon?
Can I go behind the pulpit?
Do you need me to give us a sermon? Do you want me to? I got one prepared. All right. Okay. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't... Oh, by the way, I have the Grinch memorized.
Lovely.
I would like to not have the Grinch memorized. Sometimes I struggle to remember my wife's birthday or where I put my car keys. And if I could just like delete hard drive space.
Let's meet Otis.
Let's meet Otis.
You gotta get me out of here. I'm a victim of society.
Not to mention halitosis. Yuck.
Hey, it's hard to keep my breath minty fresh when there's nothing to eat in here but rats. Oh, right.
Yes. So there is something else you need to do at the shop. Hey.
I forgot about that part of it.
It is okay.
It has been, it's been probably like 5 or 6 years since I've played through.
Yeah, and I've definitely had a normal amount of time since I've replayed this game.
Yeah.
It's whatever sounds like just like a normal, healthy amount of time to go between consuming your favorite art. That was just whatever that means to you. That was how long it's been for me. No, we did. Ella and I streamed it for my birthday last year.
Oh, that's fun.
Or this year.
The question is, do you have the live action Grinch memorized though?
No, I have the book of the Lorax memorized, which is longer than the Grinch.
See, there's a jail bit in the second game that is very specifically referencing the Pirates animatronic with the dog and the key.
Yes, but that part probably also is because
this
the
is
aesthetic
probably
of the world is based on.
It's probably also based on the same. This one, the jail cell looks more like the jail in the ride. But actually giving the bone to the dog is a puzzle in the second game.
Mm-hmm. Remy would not be in a prison. Remy is a fancy chef at a high-class restaurant. I could really use a breath mint.
You're telling me? Here, take one.
I love this puzzle that you can't talk to a character until you get a breath mint because his breath smells so bad. That's so stupid.
That'll be 1 piece of 8.
I think I just like to browse.
Okay, but don't put your lips on anything except that breath mint I just gave you.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't think Tim and Dave wrote this whole game thinking nothing they wrote would be used, but I know that was what the rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle was Dave was like, I will come up with the location of the item and where it is used, but if there's going to be a writer coming in, I don't know, it'll just be a rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle.
Ooh, Groggo Mint. How refreshing. So, have you come to release me?
I don't know. Who are you? Who are you?
My name is Otis. At least I think it is. I might be mixing myself up with the prisoner from the Andy Griffith Show. I've been in here so long I can hardly remember. You've got to get me out of here before I lose my mind completely. Can't you see I'm innocent?
But why are you in jail if you're innocent?
I was framed. I didn't
make mistakes.
I didn't touch the stupid flowers.
What flowers?
It's against the law to pick yellow flowers.
Hey, Charlie, I think it's amazing to see projects you've been involved, associated with, take off. Yeah. Yep. The video that has the Piss on the Moon rant says created by Charlie Marlowe in the opening credits. What was I gonna wait? That distracted me from something. Oh, I was gonna say when I was a kid and would watch, like, when I was in like high school and would watch Animaniacs, I would feel bad when I didn't get boomer references like like to the Andy Griffith Show. And now I'm just like, there was no reason to put that reference in there, guys.
They were just entertaining themselves.
And I would as well. I do constantly in my podcast.
It's true that on Andy Griffith, Otis never had to stay in jail, but also, ironically, the way we let this Otis out of jail involves booze.
I was working on so at one point I was working on a Monkey Island fan game. I might go back to it.
Nice.
But it was called Guybrush Threepwood Escapes the Vault, and it was about him trying to leave the grasp of Disney, but it wasn't Disney. We had some idea, like there was an IP hoarding dragon, and the dragon was spherical with round wings, so it looks, when it spreads its wings, it looks like a hidden Mickey, and
That's
and
great.
I just know we wanted Otis imprisoned in there as well, because he has to be anywhere where someone is imprisoned. He has to be there.
Wherever there is jail, there must be Otis.
Sheriff Shinetop sure is a jerk, isn't he?
No kidding. Fester Shinetop is the meanest man on Melee Island. Luckily, the governor keeps him in check most of the time. We used to have a fair, decent man for a sheriff, but he recently died under mysterious circumstances. If you ask me, I think the new sheriff had something to do with it.
Oh, hey, we were just talking about you.
I think you've said enough, Otis. Whoops. I hope you haven't been taking this filthy vagrant too seriously. He'd say anything to avoid paying his debt to society. Which one should I go with?
Oh, God. He is filthy, and he smells bad, too.
Let's do it.
He is filthy, and he smells bad, too.
Hey, thanks a lot. You've got a lot of nerve coming into this town and passing on the locals.
I don't think I've ever heard that line.
If there's something you don't like about the way we smell, you're welcome to leave any time.
Sorry.
Look, I don't know what you're up to, but whatever it is, it's probably illegal. So forget it. I do enjoy wherever you go on Melee, I'll be watching.
You enjoy what? Sorry.
I really enjoy those jokes where it's like, no matter what you say, it was the wrong thing to say.
Yeah.
Man, is he a pill or what? You see what I have to put up with? You better go before you get us both in trouble.
Give him the breath mints.
Ooh.
Oh, and the flower he said is a bilingual bonus. But also it's hard to solve the puzzle if you don't know what that says. Yeah, canine in dormy, dog sleep. Dorm like so how's the food in there?
Well, you know, the usual. Slop, grog, gruel, rats, bugs, and body lice if I can catch them. I have a carrot cake my Aunt Tilly made, even though she knows I detest carrot cake. Actually, the cook at the bar is an old friend of mine, and sometimes he sneaks me food. Like pork trimmings, mostly feet and lips, but once in a while, he brings me this really odd rump roast.
Pigs don't have feet. They have hooves. What was so odd about the rump roast?
Well, it's the only rump roast I've ever seen with a prehensile tail.
I love, can I get you? So who'd want to frame you?
I don't know who exactly. I think it was a conspiracy. And if there's one type of piracy I don't like, it's conspiracy.
That's a good joke.
Look, I like visitors and everything, but I don't have much more to say. Plus, my throat's getting dry from all this talking. Why don't you go find someone else to talk to? It's not like I'm the only pirate left on the island or anything.
All right, now kill him. Run him through with the sword.
Let's see. I know I can't get into the mansion yet, but we haven't even looked at the mansion yet, so...
It's gorgeous. I love the little walkway on the cliff.
Yeah, this is the part that would, like, if this were a theme park environment, that would be way too dangerous to let guests walk on.
Oh, absolutely.
And yep, the attack poodles. I'm just going to walk to my death.
I'm not going near them.
Shut up, Guybrush. You have no agency. I control you.
You are merely an avatar. Can you look at them? Woof.
Yep, 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 yep.
I don't think that I can get past them. Can you use the sword on them?
Will this game let you kill a dog? On those
helpless dogs? That's inhumane. There's also a dialogue if you give them the meat without dosing it first. I think they will eat it though, so you will have to go get another one.
Okay, well, at least there's no unwinnable states in this game.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm not going near them.
I have to pass by the scum bar anyway, so I'll pick up more meat.
More meat. I've never had meat.
Let's see. What should I do next? I have a sword and I have a shovel. Oh, I guess I should buy the treasure map from this guy.
Yeah. Or kill him. Use the sword on him.
I mean, always. That doesn't seem to work. Well, I haven't been trained on how to sword fight yet.
You're right. Wait. Oh, yeah. Wait, didn't you have the money when you went to...
I had the money, but I didn't have a sword yet, and so he wouldn't let me in. I hope you brought enough money this time.
I'll take it. It'll make a swell gift.
There you go. You've made a wise decision. Now get lost.
Oh, that's so nice, Iceman. Dave, did you read that? Look at that.
Oh, thank you.
Map. It looks like dancing lessons.
Back 2, 3, 4. Left 2, 3, 4. Right 2, 3, 4. Left 2, 3, 4. Right 2, 3, 4. Back 2, 3, 4. Right 2, 3, 4. Left 2, 3, 4. Back. Cha cha cha. Thank you very much, Iceman. That's very sweet of you to say. I like that my comedy is comfy.
You're comfy.
That's
You're like a big old funny teddy bear.
The comfy man.
I'm a pirate. My favorite joke about that was when Kyle said that my pronouns were they, them, yar. We just recorded another episode with Kyle.
Nice.
Have you heard his Homer?
Oh, he has a lot of really dead on voices.
We were like, all right, we're going to find a way.
Really?
Hey, don't go into the kitchen.
My mistake. Sorry, you were saying.
We were like, he did it before we started recording, and we're like, all right, we have to find a way to put that voice in the podcast somewhere, because that was amazing. I still find it weird that I knew Doggins existed since you appeared in the 2011 SJWAC Christmas special, but like never saw you.
Yeah. A lot of people only knew me from cameos and other things for a very long time.
Same.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, I can't recall if I had heard of you before I got asked to guest on Come On Fuka Pods. About a year ago was when a year ago tomorrow was when the first episode of Come On Fuka Pods with me came out.
Oh wow. Where does the time go?
It'll be my pipe dream anniversary tomorrow.
The pipe dream anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
What's the traditional gift for the first pipe dream anniversary?
I don't know. You'll have to ask Tony. I have not had one.
One thing I did really like in the special editions was how they updated the background art.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the background art in the Monkey Island special edition looked beautiful.
I love the voice acting so much.
The voice acting is great too.
I personally prefer maybe all of the art in the original edition, but I can't play it the original edition because I don't like playing it without all that Rob Paulson. He's like every other character.
Sure. I did appreciate that the Monkey Island 2 special edition allowed you to play original graphics but with voiceover.
Yes, yeah. So that is the only I have only played it in special edition graphics once. My first time playing it before I realized you could switch back.
But I liked the background art in the special editions was so reminiscent of like a Berkeley Breathed storybook or something for me, and it's like I don't know if I liked it better than the original graphics, but I thought they updated the background graphics well. The character designs were a little more hit and miss in the special edition.
I found out that I think the Xbox version of the special edition lets you get the old pixel art with the new voices.
Oh, nice. Is that even still available for Xbox? Because I know,
my friend just got it.
Nice, because I know the special editions were available for like iPhone for a while, and then they just stopped being available for iPhone.
Oh, and unlike Steam, you can still own things that are no longer being sold on Steam, but
right.
iPhones don't last very long.
Not at all.
Guybrush did look kind of weird in the special edition. My issue is that in this they have to make very dramatic and wide movements because their pixels are so small.
Yeah.
And so like when characters talk, they open their mouths too wide or gesture too far. And like there's not that many frames, so it's like an arm movement might be 3 frames. And then when that is up converted, but they recreate the poses perfectly without changing it to more subtle motions or adding more frames in the movements, it looks really choppy and weird. It's
a similar problem to Ralph Bakshi rotoscoping over live action footage and not tweaking what the cartoon, what it should look like in animation at all.
Yay!
We are getting just so many spam bots in the chat.
Maybe I attract them.
Yeah. Well, everyone be nice to the spam bots, but do not engage with them directly.
One time I made one a moderator. There was I was streaming Pokemon and a bot came in with their name was in Japanese characters and their icon was a great ball from Pokemon. And they just kept copy pasting Wikipedia articles in the chat. But then when I made them a moderator and they're like, oh, these people actually enjoy my presence, then they started pasting Wikipedia articles relevant to the conversations we were having in the stream. And I was like, oh, that's very helpful information. Thank you. I think I never stopped making. I think there's still a moderator on my channel technically, but they haven't come back since. We called them Great Ball because we don't know how to read Japanese. Okay, check it out.
Yes, this is a nice one. Let's get to it. Okay, you maggot. Why don't you whip that sword out and see what you can do with it?
What?
It's also the first line of my Monkey Island porn parody. Boy, you fight like a dairy farmer. I usually don't waste my time with vermin like yourself. But seeing as this LeChuck thing has put a cramp on business, I've got no choice. I need the money. Yes, I can see this is going to take some special measures. Just want you to know, I don't do this with everyone. It's only because I feel that special student-mentor pieces of 8 bonding.
What's that tattoo he has?
Thanks. I'm going to put you up against...
Is that a Trogdor tattoo on his arm? Machine? Is this going to hurt? The first monkey in the Monkey Island franchise. Yikes!
Come at me. Don't be afraid. You won't hurt me. Distance, distance. Use your forte against the foible.
Keep your stance wide. Move your body forward.
Watch your footwork.
Hours later.
You're starting to get the hang of it.
More hours later.
Not bad. You've got good form. Now I'm going to let you in on the true secret of sword fighting. Sword fighting is kind of like making love. It's not always about what you do, but what you say. Any fool pirate can swing a sharp piece of metal around and hope to cut something. But the pros, they know just when to cut their opponent with an insult. One that catches them off guard. You see, kid, your wit's got to be twice as sharp as your sword. Let's try a couple of insults out, shall we? Okay, imagine this. We're fighting up a storm.
You're walking in the woods.
Just like Carla and I were doing at Port Royal. Jeez, you got to get over that, dude. There's a sudden break in the fighting, and I say to you, you fight like a dairy farmer. You respond with... Again, just naive Guybrush.
You must be thinking of someone else. I am not a farmer.
I can see we got a lot of work to do here.
Guybrush is just me. This is what I was like at 18, which is the age he is here.
You should have responded with something like, how appropriate, you fight like a cow. You see, it's razor sharp wit like that wins fights. Let's try another. Imagine this. You're trapped against a wall, My sword just slashed 2 cuts into your face. I say, soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab. You respond with,
How appropriate! You fight like a cow?
no, no, no. That was the response from the last insult. Doesn't even make sense when used here. A correct response to, soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab, would have been something like, first you better stop waving it around like a feather duster. See, razor sharp. Now I suggest you go out there and learn some insults.
I can't help but feel like I've been ripped off. I'm sure you're feeling something similar. Hey, how much did you pay for this, by the way?
This was $100. I will say, insult sword fighting is iconic.
It has no replay value whatsoever.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
Amazing the first time you do it.
It gets tedious upon replays, and I know some people argue adventure games in general don't have much replay value, but I don't
agree. Yeah, no, this and the archery contest in Peasant's Quest. There's a moment in an adventure game I was like, oh yeah, this was fun when I first played this, and
yeah.
Well, I guess you have the map if you want to go there.
That's true. I could do that, but I was. Hey, this better be important.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die. So you know how the special edition has several different voice actors doing the same voice clips for these randomized fighters. When you ask, these roads start to seem the same after a while, don't they? The response is, come on, play along, Guybrush. But one of the voice actors drops the accent when he does it, and it's so funny. I don't remember which one it is, but what?
That's good.
Soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab.
First, you better stop waving it like a feather duster. I just used that one on you, you asshole.
He's not very creative. First, you'd better stop waving it like a feather duster. You fight like a dairy farmer.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow. I got this scar on my face during a mighty struggle.
So the excitement of this comes from what during your first playthrough is, I wonder what the comeback to that is. But I know it. I have it memorized at this point.
That's the thing, is we know all the answers, but if there was an option to just type in the proper response, then we wouldn't have
if this was like King's Quest.
Yeah.
I am rubber, you are glue. I give up. You win. I'm gonna get some water.
Speaking of the song and curse, like that's kind of a Princess Bride reference with the rhyming on C. And I have to wonder if referring to the sword training thing as just the machine was also a Princess Bride reference. But it's possible. But I wasn't. I've never had that confirmed. Well, while Charlie gets water, I will be Guybrush. My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die. I got this scar on my face during a mighty struggle. I hope now you've learned to stop picking your nose. I literally just... Come on. Soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab. I am rubber, you are glue. You fight like a dairy farmer. How appropriate, you fight like a cow. My handkerchief will wipe up your blood. I'm shaking. I'm shaking. Look behind you, a three-headed monkey. Do, 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 do. If I just stand here, eventually a pirate will come to me. Yeah, just collecting all the insults when you already know them, but just going around until you acquire them all just gets very tedious. Move out of the way or I cuts my way through. Ever notice how all these roads start to look the same? Yeah, now that you mention it, they do. It's probably just that we're tired. My name is Gilbert Threepwood. Prepare to die. My handkerchief will wipe up your blood. Well, what good are you if you didn't know the response to that one? How am I supposed to learn? I'm just going to use weak insults because I just want to learn new things. I've spoken with apes more polite than you. I hope now you've learned to stop picking your nose. I once owned a dog that was smarter than you. He must have taught you everything you know. I know the answer, but Guybrush doesn't. I'm just going to respond to everything I don't know with, I hope now you've learned to stop picking your nose. Uncle. Do. What you be wanting, you scurvy lubber? My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die. My handkerchief will wipe up your blood. You don't know it either. God damn. I once owned a dog that was smarter than you. Do you know any of the responses?
I've spoken with apes more polite than you.
I'm shaking. This was no help at all. You didn't know the comebacks to any of them.
Kill him.
These are... Yeah, this is just where it gets tedious, where you just have to find the pirates who can teach Guybrush the thing that you, as a player who has played the game before, already knows.
So do you want to hear my strategy for tolerating this during replays, since I replay this as often as I do?
Tell me your replay toleration strategy.
Okay, the very first thing I do when I start the game is go straight to the Fettuccine Brothers circus.
Okay.
Then I go, after meeting with the pirates, I grab the fish, I go straight to the troll bridge, get the lessons, and then do the rest of the puzzles, and just in between go through these sword fight grinding. Like I have it so
that's a good strategy. Yeah.
So going to the sword lessons is one of the first things I do, and then can periodically just do these throughout, rather break it up with other things rather than just having to do fight after fight after fight.
Why are they all giving me the same exact ones that I just gave them?
I don't know.
I guess it's just training me to like, now that I know the comeback, it's training me to use the comeback.
So when we streamed this on my birthday, we streamed the Sega CD version because I had never played it and I was curious about the differences. And there were some text glitches in the insult sword fighting, so sometimes I just use like a single character or letter as an insult. So Guybrush would be like, comma. They'd be like, oh, you win.
I don't think Guybrush has learned he must have taught you everything you know yet.
I once owned a dog that was smarter than you.
And still nobody knows it. I give up.
You can go get the flower of Ipecac. You can go.
That's true.
You can go look for the treasure.
I'll do. Back, left, right, back.
Hold on. Wait. Back, left, right, left, back. You said.
Yeah. Back, left, right, back, right, left, back.
Left, right, back. Okay, back. Okay, left, right, back. Oh, wait. Okay. The game wants you to just be constantly checking it instead of having a friend watching you play and take notes. But yeah, we have after back is left.
Yeah.
So back means behind you. Yeah.
Oh.
Did you do that already or no?
Did the first one?
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, grab the flowers. Did you grab them?
I grabbed yellow petal.
Oh, cool. Okay. Left. Right. And then what was it after that?
Was it left, right, back, or right, left, back? Hold on.
I don't think I took
left, right, back, and then right, left, back.
Okay, let me finish writing it down. Oh. Okay. Left, right, back.
Left. Right. Back.
Down, right. No.
Right, left, back.
Yeah. And you went back.
Can I get that one? No. Okay. And left.
Another disc. Yep. I love that joke so much.
Here we go.
Here lies treasure with such unimaginable wealth. Well, you'll just have to dig it to believe it. Dig it up yourself to believe it. I'm missing the lines covered by Noggins.com. Paid for by the Monkey Island Chamber of Commerce. I'm surprised it took you and I so long to find each other's content, given that we have so many common interests.
Yeah, it took us. Let's get rid of the logo just for now, just to make it easier to read.
Okay.
Yeah, it took us, like, once we found each other, it was like, oh, hey, here's a person that has everything I like.
Yeah. This carefully reproduced piece of Melee Island history has delighted thousands of would-be pirates and their families for generations. Remember, there are other pirates on this island. So go easy on the treasure. Leave some for the next person.
I know people, like, have the headcanon that really this is all just a kid playing a game in an amusement park, and the sort of twist ending of LeChuck's Revenge is real and not just a gag twist ending. And, like, I don't think that was the intention behind the game, but I think that's a fun lens to view it through.
Yeah. So last year, Ron Gilbert did a live stream and actually gave a lot of the details about what his Monkey 3 was supposed to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that archived anywhere?
Yes, I'll try and find you the link.
Nice.
But basically, it was supposed to be Guybrush. It was supposed to be Monkey Island 3, Guybrush Goes to Hell, and it led to the Demon Pirate LeChuck in Curse and the Rise of the Pirate God in Tales, which Ron sat in the. But yeah, it was supposed to be. Nice. It was supposed to be that he goes to Hell, which is similar to the Crossroads in Rise of the Pirate God, and he battles the Demon Pirate LeChuck. So, which. Okay. When I told that to my friend who really likes the franchise, but who has gotten in more arguments with Ron Gilbert purists than me, was like, I told them that wasn't what was going to happen in the third game. I told them it wasn't just going to be about a child.
I was like, I was just always of the belief that I think Curse paid more attention to the ending of LeChuck's Revenge than Ron's Monkey 3 would have.
Curse is a game that only exists to explain a twist ending. It is a game purely for exposition's sake. And yet, it is so good. It has no business being as good as it is.
the bits that explain the twist are my least favorite parts of the game, honestly.
Sure, but I mean, they're not a bad explanation.
No, it's fine, but like,
but there is a moment, yes, where you are tied up and can just ask LeChuck lore questions for like an hour if you want to.
But like, I honestly think that, like, again, I just think Ron Gilbert does not care about the lore nearly as much as the fans do, and I think Ron's Monkey 3 was going to completely ignore the fact that they even did that twist at the end of Monkey 2.
Yep. So yeah, it was going to be Guybrush Goes to Hell. Use shovel.
I got to get the Get Smart quote. Or not the second biggest. I thought this was the second biggest X, but I was remembering wrong. The Get Smart. That's the second biggest blank I've ever seen running gag.
Yep. This shouldn't take too long.
Pull the shovel out of the pants.
Last year I did a group watch of every episode of Super Mario Bros. Super Show. And there's one episode with a Get Smart reference, because of course there is, because that's how boomers write.
Yeah.
But the placement is just the worst possible case. Like, if you don't get the reference, it ruins it, because basically they are Koopa has grown super big. He's Koopazilla now. And to get him to shrink down, they need to give him an injection. And as Toad is carrying around the needle, he says, "This is the second biggest hypodermic needle I've ever seen." And everyone I was watching it with was appalled. They're like, "What? Toad, what? Why has Toad seen so many hypodermic needles that he's seen one larger than that?" I'm like, that wasn't what it was alluding to. But yeah, that's not a good place for that joke in your children's show.
Not so much. In 2009, when they announced the special edition and Tales were coming, I wasn't living in California yet, but I was out here in LA for an internship program. And so E3 was going on in LA, and I didn't have tickets to E3 because why would I? But then I saw on Twitter the Lucasarts account announcing, "We're going to be giving away Monkey Island swag in the lobby of the LA Convention Center in an hour." And I was like, I am driving across town. I am doing this. And I got a free, I found the lost treasure of Melee Island, and all I got was the stupid t-shirt.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I'm jealous. Yes, you're right. Mel Brooks, the creator of Get Smart, was the person who said a good parody should be funny even to someone unfamiliar with. Oops.
That's true. That's true.
Listen, you don't have to respect Mel Brooks while referencing him. Look at the alt-right people that point to Blazing Saddles. I
love all the variations of that joke. That, like, you couldn't make Blazing Saddles today. Everybody would be like, "This is just Blazing Saddles."
Although they are planning on doing that.
Yeah, well,
they are actually planning on making a movie that has the exact plot of Blazing Saddles, to the extent that they needed Mel Brooks' permission. But it's about samurais and dogs. My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
Oh yeah, I heard. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And but it's so wild that, like, he made a movie. It's literally like the thesis of the movie is that white people are idiots, and now a bunch of edgy white people are like, "See, you could make jokes at the expense of people back then," and it's like, who do you think this is at the expense of? I've spoken with apes more polite than you.
I'm glad to hear you attended your family reunion. Okay, finally got that one.
You couldn't make Blazing Saddles today. People would say this is just Blazing Saddles. It reminds me of the joke from BoJack. Well, it's no Citizen Kane. It's a different movie. Yeah. They already made that one. We're making this one.
Exactly. You have the manners of a beggar, which I don't have the response to yet. So I'm just going to respond to everything I don't have with.
I hope you've learned to stop picking your nose, because he really does hope. There's a pandemic going on.
It's a sincere hope. This is my least favorite of the insults. This is I think the weakest of the jokes.
I've got
this
a
is the
tip
end
for you.
game.
Get the point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Bye, Harry. Surprise
Bye,
to see
Harry.
you here.
Thank you for joining us.
Where did my sword go?
Okay.
You
let's
can
see,
go rob the governor's mansion if you'd like.
That's true. I can do that now.
Which is my favorite part of the game.
I can really get the plot into gear now.
I know. The plot.
Insofar as there is one.
Wait, have you done? Can you do it here, or is it at Meat Hook's place where you try to walk to the moon?
Oh, I don't remember. Let me see if it's here.
It might only be at Meat Hook's place.
Oh, I'd like.
Oh no! Walk to the moon is from Escape. This one has Walk to the Sun, which is on Monkey Island.
Right.
But it is at Meat Hook's place in Escape.
Speaking of unnecessary lore dumps, did Escape like we already had backstory for Herman Toothrot?
I know. My friend Miles did highlights of the end of me and Ella's Escape stream because I'm really struggling.
Escape has like 3 moments I really like in it, and
I like a lot about Escape. I think you could take Escape's bones and start a new game from scratch and make a good game.
I like the sort of Bill and Ted inspired like time swamp puzzle where you have to.
I love that. Yeah,
recreate. Like I think that's a real fun puzzle.
And I actually really like the new villain, Ozymandias. I don't like that. It doesn't make any sense that he's working with LeChuck.
No, but
it seems like they just kind of put LeChuck in there because they're supposed to. When they actually had he does feel a little more like a Sam and Max villain.
Yeah,
but I like him. I think the idea of a businessman buying up the Caribbean and turning it into a tourist spot is interesting. I think gentrification as a villain, its motivation is new and fun.
I think it's a fun direction for like the villain plot, although I think it's kind of undermined by how much like just the commodification of Melee Island and everything was already a sort of like an undercurrent of the earlier games.
You're right.
But making it explicit is
yeah. And I think my friend Mickey wrote an essay about how Escape from Monkey Island could be better, and points to the Marquis de Sange as another villain that LeChuck is approaching from voodoo, Ozzy is approaching from business, Desange is approaching from science, and she points out that the Marquis, even though he doesn't really meet LeChuck at any point, that is just a separate antagonist that Guybrush has to deal with.
I honestly think I would be more forgiving of Escape overall
if it didn't look and control like crap.
Exactly. If it wasn't so visually hideous, and if the arrow key controls weren't so fucking frustrating.
Yeah, so if you download the PlayStation 2 emulator and the ROM, you can play it without the tank controls, but then all the rest of the controls are terrible. I've known a lot of people who refuse to play the PS2 controls because the ways to interact with objects makes no sense to them, and they're like, I'll rather struggle with tank controls.
Has anyone done just a fan remake of Escape, just like in Adventure Game Studio or anything like that, just to make it more like a Scum game?
Someone oughta. I think you could fix a lot with a remaster, because one, you would have new graphics. Two, the character that is most out of character, in my opinion, is Elaine.
Mm-hmm.
But Elaine is not voiced by the correct voice actor. So you get Alexandra Boyd in to re-record the lines and use that as an opportunity to rewrite Elaine.
And then it is.
You just revise absolutely everything about the way monkey combat works.
Yeah. God, monkey combat.
Yeah, Monkey Combat, I don't think Escape is the worst game I've ever played, but Monkey Combat is the worst thing in a video game I've ever played.
Escape has, it's eventually I'll probably get to Escape if I continue to
if it wasn't hideous and the controls worked, like if you could tolerate looking and feeling it.
The thing is, like, a game I played a lot.
1982 film directed by John Carpenter, actually.
Yes. Yes.
You fell for it.
The conundrum is a game I played a lot when I was younger, a LucasArts game from around the same era, was the Phantom Menace game, which had similar controls, but the camera wasn't locked down, so the camera actually followed the character, so it was actually fucking playable.
And Grim Fandango has the same controls, but is a good enough game to justify that, as well as, even though the graphics are similar, none of the characters have skin.
Yeah, the character designs in Grim Fandango work with that graphical style a lot better than the Monkey Island character designs.
Yes, it feels like Grim Fandango was chosen, like Sugar Skulls was something conceived because of the limitations of 3D, like Toy Story, versus Monkey Island was just, LucasArts was like, all right, the next Monkey, you're going to make another Monkey Island? Okay, but it has to be in 3D. And they were all like,
It's like, I haven't gotten, like, as I'm reading through the book, I haven't gotten anywhere near like when they're working on Escape yet, but just reading the parts where they're working on the first game, it just paints a picture of just like such a laid back work environment, which definitely isn't the case in game development anymore.
No. Yeah. They said before there was voice acting in video games, they would often just program rooms that were just like insert puzzle here or something like that.
You could tweak things up to the very last second in a way that you really can't.
As well as they asked Ron Gilbert when he started working on Secret of Monkey Island in the video that I will link you later. And he says, it didn't really work like that. There wasn't a definitive point where you started. It wasn't like, this game is now greenlit, we are going into production mode like it is now. It was like, while working on Maniac Mansion, I was tinkering with this pirate idea.
It's like, it sounds like a fun place to work back then, and I get the vibe
other than the fact that Orson Scott Card would come over and hang out with you all the time.
Yeah, other than that element. But
he
it's
apparently was just in and out of the offices a lot, just talking to people.
But it's like you're playing with George Lucas's money, but without his direct oversight.
I know. It's yeah, and he will never. He has never played any of these games.
And why would he?
No, no reason to. But yeah, no, they had George Lucas money, and never had to answer to George. You're right.
But of course, when I was fan casting the live action movie, I was like, well, you do bring George in for that cameo as the troll, but
obviously you have to. Oh, that was so good.
And you just explained to him during it. So this is a thing you own, and owned. At the time I was fan casting. This is a thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna drug the dogs.
Yes. Condiment. That's generous. If you want me to ease on the tangent so you could get through the game, let me know.
Well, we could.
Important notice. These dogs are not dead. They are only sleeping. No animals were harmed during the production of this game. Is Escape the Bubsy 3D of point-and-click games? That's a really apt comparison, yes.
Yeah, it's similar. So,
the difference is that Bubsy, Super Mario 64 was not out when they started working on Bubsy.
Right.
So they couldn't look at another 3D platformer and be like, oh, that's how you can do it. Versus the LucasArts point-and-click designers straight up tried to tell LucasArts, hey, this is the one genre of video games that will not work in 3D. They said, it worked great for Mario because Mario runs and jumps. You know what Guybrush does? He stands and talks.
Eventually, Telltale figured out how to make it work for the most part, but
and they use very limited animations in Telltale. But
yeah,
I still think it looks good. Telltale games look good.
Yeah, and I remember while Tales was coming out, a lot of people were criticizing how there's basically 2 body types for every side character.
Yeah, there are a lot of cost-cutting measures, but it was an independent company.
Yeah.
During late-stage capitalism, you're going to be denied resources if you don't have a big name.
Yes, but well, and then Telltale's another place that seems like it was great to work at first.
and then until it wasn't.
Yeah, and then it very quickly stopped being at a certain point. But yeah, just in like the sort of again, the parallel LucasArts Sierra, because like both Monkey Island and King's Quest have their foray into 3D that is the black sheep of the franchise.
Although, have you played the newer King's Quest?
I haven't yet. I have not played those yet. So I don't know.
I really liked them.
Okay, well, those are probably like the tales of Monkey Island then, where they're kind of like, let's bring this franchise back to what works about it.
Well, sort of. It doesn't 100% feel like a Sierra game. Sometimes it feels more like a Monkey Island game than a King's Quest game.
That's probably for the better. Again, I like King's Quest because I grew up with it, but there are puzzles in King's Quest that are frustrating for the sake of being frustrating.
But if you do ever stream those, just be warned that Homestuck fans might come in and yell at you.
Duly noted.
Because there was the Homestuck game had a Kickstarter, and the company that they were licensing supposedly ran away with the money and then released King's Quest right after that. And the entirety of the reaction to the King's Quest trailers was, this is where my Hive Swap Kickstarter donation went. Got it.
Jeez.
I don't know how true it is. It's not really. It doesn't matter. There's no art you can engage with that came from. There's no ethical consumption under capitalism.
Well, it's like how Golden Globus took the budget for Superman 4 and funneled most of that into the budget for Masters of the Universe.
So Hive Swap wound up being a completely independent game. So everyone involved with Homestuck had to start to learn game design, and that's why Undertale exists. Undertale exists because of the King's Quest reboot.
That's so wild.
Yeah, Toby Fox had to practice game design because he was the composer for the Homestuck ones with music, and he had to practice game design and made Undertale to do so because no longer would he be working with a third-party company to make Hive Swap.
So the main thing with Mask of Eternity is the black sheep of King's Quest, mainly because it's less about puzzles and more about combat. Yeah. Like, if you're comparing them as the 3D black sheeps in their respective franchises, Mask of Eternity is an infinitely more playable game than Escape from Monkey Island is. It just goes against, it's just the opposite of everything you expect from a King's Quest game. But also, the earlier King's Quest games just have, bang your head against the wall and frustration parts that Mask of Eternity doesn't have. So I wouldn't say this, but a case could be made that Mask of Eternity is one of the better King's Quest games, even if it's a bad King's Quest in all capitals.
What is with the spam bots today?
I don't know. I haven't really had. I've finally figured out how to block users from StreamYard. But I don't think I've had spam bots in the chat before. Maybe it's just because I'm going. I mean, I did a 10-hour live stream a few months ago, and I didn't get this many spam bots. So
did you die?
Well, usually. Anyway, now that we've been
for the best joke.
Look at the sleeping poodles.
They're sleeping peacefully.
I should let them lie.
I told my lawyers that they're sleeping peacefully.
Legally,
practices is well aware that they are sleeping peacefully. I love this.
This looks like a job for Fester Shinetop. I don't know why he became Southern all of a sudden.
It's okay. Aren't you Southern?
Bang, bang, ow.
Now he has vase in his inventory. Or vase. Crash. Stop. Hypnotize. Quarrelsome Rhinoceros. Walk 2. Push.
Not the red button.
Walk.
Kaboom. This feels very
Look
I'm sure
yak. It's a big, ugly, hairy yak wearing some wax lips.
I'm sure on some level the sound effects popping up was inspired by the 66 Batman series.
Oh yeah. I can't move it. I love that show.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Pick up staple remover. Use staple remover on tremendous, dangerous looking yak.
And I still can't control him.
Oh, why didn't we get a manual of style in our special edition 30th anniversary?
That's what the cover on this book should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Womp, womp, womp.
Ah! Gophers! Pick up gopher repellent.
Probably another Batman reference.
Yeah. Shark repellent. Use gopher repellent with another
gopher.
Use gopher repellent with
gopher horde.
Use gopher repellent with funny little man.
Funny little man.
Special edition, there's a voice clip for the funny little man.
Funny little man is my favorite obscure Monkey Island character.
It's beautiful. He laughs like ha 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 hee, like a little leprechaun laugh. I can't open it. Uh-oh.
Pick up heavy chair.
I remember, do you know what is it that I'm blanking out on his name? The genie that tries to guess which fictional character you're thinking of?
Oh yeah. I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
So I remember, if only I had the file, I could get the idol. I remember, I was on Tumblr when that thing became popular. Akinator, I think his name is. And it's like, no one can stump him. He can guess everything is what everyone kept saying. And I was like, all right. And then I just tried any side characters from Sam and Max or Monkey Island. He didn't get any of them. And I'm like, oh, okay. My interests are way more obscure than anyone.
I think I tried to stump him once just by, not even thinking of a character and just answering questions at random.
I think I'm in there. Although most of the info about me might be outdated. Like, you might have to say I'm a boy.
Well, it was another time.
But, would you happen to have a file?
You think I'd be in here if I did? All I have is this carrot cake my Aunt Tilly made me. You can have that if you want, if you bring me something to get rid of these rats. I can't stand carrot cake.
The interesting thing about this puzzle, and a bunch of them, is you have to be familiar with tropes in media to solve a lot of Monkey Island puzzles.
Yeah, like you have to have a little pop culture.
Do you want to use the gopher repellent on the rat before you give it to him?
I don't know if I've ever done that.
Oh, he just goes away.
It just proves that it works. I guess that's just a hint. Hey, this might work on the rats. Thanks.
Rats.
Here's the cake.
We're the rats.
And of course, Otis, as much as I play Guybrush as naive, it's impossible to make Guybrush stupider than Otis.
There was a lot of effort in the special editions to get whatever characters had already been voice acted in the franchise to have the same voice.
Yeah, Earl Bowen came out of retirement for...
And what's hilarious is Wally B. Feed is only in the very beginning of Curse of Monkey Island, so he's one of the first Monkey Island characters you've ever heard voice acted. And then LeChuck's Revenge Special Edition is the last Monkey Island thing released. So he had a 13-year gap between voicing that character, and it shows they do not sound like the same performance. I've got the file. I also doubt he remembered voicing it the first time.
Yeah, I mean, they probably just like played them clips of like,
This is what you sounded like 13 years ago. Use manual of stylish shredder. Give stylish confetti to heavily armed clown.
Whee! Kaboom!
Good heavily armed clown voice. Throw wax lips. Heavily armed clown is my favorite obscure Monkey Island character.
Hey, honey.
Hey, baby. Dinner.
Ah, thank you. I will not eat on camera because I do not wish to be gross, but...
I wonder what's for dinner.
Pick up Fabulous Idol. Walk 2.
Do you remember when I reenacted the Zelda CDI games as the...
That's also such a good animation for the time of him tumbling down the stairs.
A close one. At least I got the idol.
But I'm not done with you yet.
Oh, but I'm done with you. Bye.
Thought you could get out of here with the idol of many hands, did you?
Also, on my 30th birthday, I'm going to Disney bound as Guybrush.
Nice.
Which no employees will know is a Disney character. So I'm they're just sleeping.
Broke into her house.
The door was unlocked.
And stole one of her most valuable pieces of art.
No, you've got it all wrong.
Oh, really? Well, let's hear your explanation.
Hey, Enlil.
Hello. I could go with another indie reference here.
Yeah, the one thing that does great on me in Monkey Island games is the incessant reminders that Lucas owns this.
What's going on here? I caught this hoodlum making off with your idol. He says it belongs in a museum. That's right, it does. What? You heard me, Fester. The real question is, how did he get in here while you were on guard?
God, I have to do a love scene with Dave.
Just go away, Fester. I can handle this. Humph. I'll deal with you later.
Okay, bye.
Sorry about him. He's new. I'm Governor Marley.
Oh, and by the way, I'm Charlie. Hi to joining the chat.
It's very vital we choose the correct response here.
I'm going with gosh. Gosh.
I know why you're here. Believe me, you're not the first who's tried. Although I have not many get as far as... Well, it's all Lucasarts, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Hello there.
Jeepers.
My lookout told me of your arrival. I've wanted to meet you ever since I heard your fascinating name. Tell me, Guybrush, why do you want to be a pirate? You don't look like one. Your face is too... sweet.
Oh.
Which best conveys the anxiety of...
We already got an answer in the chat. Oh, wait, that's not an option. Okay. Maybe both, or... Well, or you could know that I have to pronounce it and try to figure out which is going to be the most difficult for me to pronounce.
Well, none of these have any vowels unless you consider Y a vowel.
Plus.
Which of these gets a shotgun to the copy?
Alternatively, I love you. Fahuku gods. Let's go with okay.
I see. Well, you're obviously not in the mood for idle chit-chat, are you? I suppose you've got many more exciting things to do. I won't take up any more of your time, Mr. Threepwood.
I love her earrings. Boogaloo. My friend. Dimkly. If only she had heard that Dimkly.
Yeah.
I really wish I knew how to talk to women.
I used to know someone whose screen name was Dimmincly from that.
That's awesome. Dimmincly Island.
Where do you think you're going, 3-word? Again, innocent Guybrush is funny.
You know, it's not too late for us to make up and be friends.
Yeah, and it's also not too late for me to kill you and still make it to the bar for happy hour. Hand over your sword.
Uh-oh.
This is the end of the road, my little pantalooned pal. Your troublemaking days on Melee Island are over. My plans for the governor are far too important, and much too near completion, to risk letting a would-be pirate like you get in the way. So long, Mr. Spice Cake or Droop Face or whatever your name is.
Ah!
This might actually turn out to be a pretty good day.
All right, now let's see if the chat can figure out how to get out of this one.
Let's save the game.
Oh, you actually want to run the clock?
Why not? Because I am going to be hungry soon, so I think we're going to be calling it a night pretty soon on this stream. So in the meantime, let's just chat while we kill Guybrush off.
Good thing Guybrush doesn't have a devil fruit. Yeah, we're gonna just kill him. It was very sharp, heavy and sharp. It's sharp. I better be careful. Looks sharp, rusty, but sharp. All right, now pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. I can't reach that from here. Get us, scoosers.
And my axe.
We Real Time Fandom did Pirates of the Caribbean for my birthday last year.
Oh, nice.
And I was just like, no, he can't breathe underwater. It's just that he mentioned he can hold his breath for 10 minutes. So he's just not breathing. I know there are bubbles coming out of his mouth and that contradicts it. Don't worry about it.
He can exhale, I guess, but
I don't know. How did he inhale that much? Oh, I love this part. Hey, Nick, I just committed a felony.
Did it involve that big knife you got there?
Yeah. What should I do with it?
Get rid of it.
I'll throw it in the water.
No, don't do that.
Why not? I need to ditch it.
It might wash up somewhere.
What do I care? My prints won't be on it. I'm throwing it in. Nah, I might need it. See ya.
See ya.
I love that bit. It was a while before I learned that bit was there. Sharp and dangerous. Also, this.
Oh, hi, Gabby. I hope your stream went well. I'm sorry I streamed at the same time as you.
Also, this scene is the beginning of my fan theories that Freddy Fish and Monkey Island are taking place at the same time, just one above water and one underwater.
I buy it.
When you do go on land in the Freddy Fish franchise, there does seem to be Caribbean foliage, palm trees, parrots, etc. And there's also a sunken pirate ship in the first Freddy Fish. Oh, here's one. Here you go. You'll like this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, when was LeChuck's Revenge released?
92 or 91?
91. Because in 92, the first Putt-Putt came out. which is wild that Ron Gilbert made a game with a cliffhanger one year, and then the very next year left LucasArts to start his own company. But the creator of Putt Putt, Shelley Day, she actually produced LeChuck's Revenge.
Okay.
And she has said that Putt Putt is based on bedtime stories that she told to her son.
Okay.
So given that she went from working on a project with Ron Gilbert one year to Ron Gilbert starting a company to release a game based on her bedtime stories the next year, what are the odds that she told him about these bedtime stories while working on the game?
You know, it's fully possible.
Okay, so we've admitted that it is fully possible.
Yes.
That Shelley Day pitched Putt Putt to Ron Gilbert while at the LucasArts offices working on Monkey Island 2 LeChuck's Revenge. So another person who worked on Monkey Island 2 LeChuck's Revenge is Steve Purcell.
Yep.
Who later got involved with Pixar, his first involvement being additional writing and the voice of the tractors in the film Cars. So we have just placed a Cars writer at the Putt Putt pitch.
That's true. That's true. I think we found the smoking gun. Yes. So we're going to be wrapping things up here shortly.
Guybrush dies.
We're just going to kill off Guybrush because there are so few ways to kill off Guybrush, and
we have to revel in it.
It's actually an achievement to do so. It's not like King Graham or anyone else from Sierra where like they die just stepping on the wrong stone.
I mean, it is a parody of King's Quest because it is so easy to die in King's Quest. So in this kind of game that in a lot of ways is parodying King's Quest, they are making it near impossible to, like, it's an Easter egg that you have to fight for.
Yeah.
This is the only way. The only way to die. I just sent the link to my wife, but even though you're ending the stream soon. So, by the way, the solution is that you can't get to any of the sharp objects. Those are there to tease you. The solution is that you could just pick up the thing that is weighing you down.
Yeah.
Hello, Nia. I love you too. And this is Dave.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
He knows everyone from Pipe Dream is how I know him. He's on Tony Goldmark's podcast almost every other episode.
Too much, some would say.
How many times? When have you been on Come On Fukapods?
I've been on Fukapods 4 times. So 2 recording sessions. And I've lost track of how many times I've been on Escape from Walt Disney.
Well, more than 10.
More than 10 because I still have my guest choice in my back pocket.
And you will never use it.
Maybe I'll use it someday.
It'll be the last thing before civilization crumbles.
If Tony ever tells me that he's planning on ending the podcast, I will save it for the series finale.
The lion will lay down with the lamb. Dave will use his guest choice.
I'll use it at some point. I want to save it for something special because you only get one, and I don't want to squander it on just a thing I kind of like.
Yeah, you'll use it. You'll use it as to get Tony to play Monkey Island.
The secret, yeah, because you'll be able to play games on Disney Plus by that point.
Yes, exactly. And
the secret of my guest choice is just as mysterious as the secret of Monkey Island.
That's true.
Which, see, when I was first playing through the game, I just assumed that the secret of Monkey Island was the location of Monkey Island.
Yes, because they said that
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that was not the intention. I just think that the title Secret of Monkey Island is very evocative. And people had asked the question after. Gee, I don't know how much longer I can hold my breath. people ask the question after, oh, well, so did we learn the secret? And
yeah,
the people were like, oh, did we call a game secret and forget to write a secret in?
Mhm.
But yes, I think that is the implication in this game.
Yeah, I assumed we figured out the secret. The secret was how to get to Monkey Island. But then,
and then in the live stream that I'm going to link you, Ron says the original title was Mutiny at Monkey Island when he first started brainstorming the game. And he was like, and then I changed it to Secret and never revealed any secret. So, oops, could have just kept the first title. And
that's another thing. The 1 and 2 purists point to is like only Ron Gilbert knows what the secret of Monkey Island is, and he would have revealed it in the third one. It's like, and I'm like, even if that's true, it would have been like a Shaggy Dog, like a really annoying gag that you would not have been satisfied by.
And then he's dead. We did it. We killed him.
We killed Guybrush.
It's not a very exciting death. Just this sprite changes colors.
Yeah.
Governor Fat was supposed. Oh wait, he's alive still.
I guess I'm just blue. I'm a zombie.
So he's
maybe
not dead yet, or does he decompose? Is this the zombie pirate Guybrush?
Do I get deader? Hold on. Let me.
Do I get deader? Nearly almost dead, but not quite.
If I leave now, am I just going to be blue for the rest of the game?
Probably not, but that would be amazing.
If I did this first, would I not have to buy the sword? I can't remember. Nope, I'm just back to normal.
I mean, yeah, you would. Yes, you would not have to buy the sword, but also money doesn't actually mean anything in this game. There's nothing you can spend money on.
Let's see if he gets deader than this. He might be supposed to be dead right now, and there's just a bug in it that I
distinctly remember him not being able to move once he died. Oh, he got bluer.
Okay, there we go. Yes, we are being told in the chat that we are not dead yet. So,
no, I'm not dead yet.
He's only mostly dead, and mostly dead is still partially alive.
Well, I mean, it's like I was saying.
Wait.
Now he's dead.
Oh.
Now he's dead.
Bones in the ocean.
I'm going to bob. I'm going to stare. I'm going to bloat. I'm going to float.
Order hit book. I don't think I knew about that one. Call 100 Star Wars for details. All right.
I'm going to float breath mints.
Float breath mints with map.
Well,
Bob rubber chicken with. All right. Thank you for letting me join you tonight.
Thank you for joining me, Charlie. For everyone who just recently joined us, do all your plugs again.
Okay. My name is Charlie Marlowe. I don't know what I did. I created real-time fandom. That's one thing I did. That's something that everyone gets real excited when I say, because the spin-off show, Real-Time Fandom Games, now known as Snapcube's Real-Time Fandom, is huge. But also, I run a podcast, a weekly podcast called Mystery Shack Look Back, and it is an attempt to kind of recreate the way that Gravity Falls was first received by its audience. We go through each episode and expanded universe material in order. Don't reveal any spoilers, talk about what people were posting about it at the time, and try to create sort of a documentary time capsule museum on what it was like to be watching this story unfold.
Yeah, it's a great, like, if you have nostalgia for when Gravity Falls was running, and like if you have nostalgia for all the speculation and all the discussion and all the waiting for the next episodes, it's a great way to revisit that experience without having to wait nearly as long between episodes.
Or if you got into Gravity Falls later, maybe on the DVD or on Disney Plus, and we're like, so you've talked to some of the other fans and they reference things that you don't understand.
yes, it's a good way to either revisit or experience for the first time what it was like to be there.
And I have not gotten anyone to do this yet other than David and Alexa, but I believe it would be a great book club for people watching the show for the first time, because it's very difficult to get into something if you don't have someone to talk about it with. And this is the everyone has said the appeal of podcast is it sounds like there's friends in the room talking.
Yeah.
I'm not the first to make that comparison. So this is discussions that only go from the material you would have if you just watched an episode. So it could be that. No one's used it for that yet. That's who I want. I've always felt the target audience was people who have been trying to get their friends to watch Gravity Falls.
It's I think it could very easily be used for that. You just need a friend who is open to watching Gravity Falls and also devours podcasts.
Yeah. I'm very proud of it, though. It is. I've been making internet content for. My first video was uploaded in January 2006. But this is legitimately my favorite thing I've ever made. We interviewed a singing mounted fish.
Yep.
We have a fictional podcast in one episode. We just did a holiday episode where we talked about spit almost the entire time.
And that fictional podcast, am I right in saying it may become real if
Oh, it's gonna become real darn soon. We're at $43 is how much our Patreon is at. The goal was if we would make a real episode of Dog with a Pod at 50.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you're pledged to the Patreon, so thank you for. See, I'll watch anything once. That's how I am. But in this situation, Ella has been like, "Do we really have to watch Dog? Do we really have to watch Dog with a Blog?"
You know, statistically, it's only a matter of time before I have to watch Dog with a Blog. Just
oh my god, I did not think about that. That somehow did not occur to me that.
It's only a matter of time before the randomizer chooses Dog with a Blog.
Yeah, because the randomizer chose Super Monkey something, whatever, Team Go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've been working, as I stated in the Into the Bunker episode, in the final episode of Mystery Shack Look Back, I will learn how to say that show's name. No, that wasn't Into the Bunker. That was the shorts part 2 with Michael William Hunter.
Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go.
Oh yeah, just show off for me, why don't you?
Only because I had to watch it.
So I haven't listened to the second one, but the randomizer, was that the randomizer just landing on it twice?
No, the second time, I wasn't in the second one, but the second time it was Patreon request month. Somebody requested specifically that Tony cover a season 1 episode because
okay, got it.
Because they were saying the show's actually a lot more accessible in season 1.
It's amazing. It did not occur to me until this moment that you might one day have to watch Talk.
I'm assuming it's on Disney Plus. I haven't actually.
It is. Hey, if that comes up, just give Tony a gentle suggestion, like, hey, you really got on great with Ella and Charlie and in The Time Traveler's Pig, and they talk about that show a lot.
They are.
Dave the Barbarian isn't on Disney Plus. Well, then Disney Plus, I'm canceling my subscription. Barbarian. Can I have the link to Patreon you? To Patreon who?
To Mystery Shack Look Back Patreon or to my Patreon? Because my Patreon links are all on my channel.
Somewhere. Did you want to make me have to watch Dog with a Blog?
Because
is that what you're saying?
Because that's doable, and
yeah, it would literally. Wait, no, actually, hold on. I gotta show Ella this.
Did you get there?
I just checked. It says $50 per month. Oh my god! All right. Well, then here's where my plug is. I'm Charlie, the host of Dog with a Pod.
Let's get there.
No, we're there. I just
Yeah,
checked.
We're there. I can't wait to hear it.
Oh my goodness. I am.
We're there.
That's awesome. Oh my God. I literally have. Oh my God. All right.
Well, I will let you go so you can begin the many difficult preparations to make this completely different podcast happen.
Well, it only has to be one episode. The promise was one episode of Dog with a Pod. But yes, I'm going to start the planning sessions because we are going to have the same guest star we had on our fake episode. And I think that was my favorite thing about having a fake podcast was having a different guest star than on the real podcast. All right.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks for joining, Charlie. And
let me know if you're streaming this again.
Will do. I'll let you know. And thank you, everyone else who joined us tonight. As I made it about a third of the way through Secret of Monkey Island, and we will resume. Now that I have all the Monkey Islands again, we will resume them at some point in the future. I make no promises as to when, but sometime soon we will continue Secret of Monkey Island. So have a good night, everyone. And until next time, this is Dave signing off.